Game over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Hold the fuck! Fuck this fucking! How did you do fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man! Game over!
Wait a minute! There's things here, there's trees, there's rocks, there's birds, there's frogs. Come on! We'll bless them all until we get verschnicken. Join me! Why did somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Painstaking, arduous task that seems to go on and on forever, and just when you think things are going your way, nothing happens.
No, you fool, we're following orders.
Do not come.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Do not come.
Oh! I'm gonna come.
I'm holding it to my butthole right now.
Fuck you! I hope your whole family has a nice Christmas!
Welcome, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to the show. Hold on just a moment while I get the camera up. There we go. Boom. Oh, I gotta move over. I'm back. That's right. Had to move my chair. The old janky legs. There we go. A touch better like that. Landers already over in the Rumble chat. Good to see you, Landers. Saint Caesar, here's Johnny and the Kidders. How's it going today, sir? I'll be honest, I'm a little worn out because I'm not feeling the greatest. But we're gonna do a show. I got some family drama that sucks balls that I'm dealing with. But like I said, we're gonna do a show. We're already funded through the week, so we're not worrying about any of that. And last Friday was a nice day on Twitch, so our goal on the 21st is down to $30, so we're already kicking that down. Tweety saying, hi, Johnny. John Doe saying, what's up, Johnny? Hello, everybody. Welcome, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day out. I almost wish I was out playing Frisbee golf. Not that I can, let's be honest. Not that I can anymore, but at least not yet, until I get an all-terrain wheelchair. I suppose, can I get like hey man, this is a Frisbee golf course. Why do you have a golf cart? Like, I need it. I need it to get around. I'm the only person who can putt on the go. Like, there we go. Show, says Jim and Jive. Yes, we're doing a show. You and Aaron got the Dabbleverse in a tither. Is Aaron's divorce a work or not? Give us the scoop, says John Doe. I can only tell you what Aaron's told you, that apparently the divorce was a thing. Here's what I'll be honest about. I ain't seen April around. If it's a work, they're working me too. But I wouldn't put it past them. So, I mean, I have no idea. Hey, is a man getting his burger stolen by a bird on stream funny? 40 seconds long. He looked broken after it. Yes, that could be funny. That could be very, very funny. And that could be very strong. Holy Jesus balls, when did that happen? Christ, that's, again, why I like these things. Too much, and you just go, whoa, let's put it. All right. So, Elton Picker, Egg Picker, it was obvious, to be honest. LOL or yes. Trolling Milton. Hey, Johnny, I'm here. You were awesome this morning, says Geriatric Biden Obslar. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Glad you're all here. Dude, I would push your ass around if you wanted to go disc golfing, says Timmy Penguin. That's very, very kind of you. My wheelchair ain't rated for that kind of all-terrain environment. My wheelchair, like, no offense, the handicap community, like myself, that gets, you can't get super fancy wheelchairs unless you need it like 24/7. And since I continue to drag my worthless ass around inside, it doesn't count. So yeah, the one I get barely works on pavement. The wheels slide. Seagull, pigeon, or crow. What? Mr. Q, I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, Chad Zumach was right about Aaron getting a divorce this year. Fuck. Is Chad a prophet? Is Chad the what would we call that? That would be the not Alex not Alex Stein was Alex Jones. Does that make him the Alex Jones of the internet? It's documented, it's proven. The Mud Shark called it. It's a horrible Alex Jones. Ken Decker saying, hey dude, hey Ken Decker, good to see all of you. Welcome to the show. So again, we have everything loaded. We're going to kick off and go in just a second. It seems like everyone's kind of filtered in. We're going to go ahead and move. We got a lot of different news things to talk about, and we'll go through all of them. No, Chad stole the divorce thing from Patrick Melton. Oh, ooh, see, this is why I don't follow these things. I don't know. Chad stole the divorce thing from Patrick Melton. I will say this. I know Chad was the first one to threaten to R-word April. And in his defense, he didn't, like, straight out say he would. He just said that he would have sex with her, and she said that it wouldn't be willing. That would make it an R wording. So, Andrea saying, hi, Johnny. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Andrea. What am I, the frickin' the announcer at 2? And here is Tome Haas. English major, huh? Wow. All right. So, yeah, I guess, I guess there's argument over who. John Doe, I told you guys have the Dabbleverse and a Tither. Thank you for reporting that. Hobo Chili Recipe, good to see all the Aristococks when we do. Hobo Chili Recipe, good to see you, sir. Saint Caesar, that is super duper awesome because I would really love to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And that, if true, links in the chat. I won't detour the show to go into it, but I love that. Sony's actually in a big problem in general because they wanted to go onto the PC with kind of like the Xbox Game Pass thing. But now there's a whole big problem with there's a lot of countries that won't work for. So now they're in a big problem. So if that's true, fuck yeah, dude. I've been waiting to play that game. I've been avoiding spoilers as much as possible. And it's difficult because it's been out for a while and it will be. So I don't even fault my gamer friends. We're like, oh man, I was playing this level. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I try not to listen, but yeah, I'd love to do that. Anyways, we've got enough stuff to get into and enough people on. Let's go ahead and get this thing kicking. We've got a lot to get through. So we're going to start with this here. Oh, first of all, I have a better intro screen. I have a better thumbnail for the episode and everything, but I had to redo the show last minute because I couldn't say Twitch. For what I like about Twitch, this is incredibly stupid. Twitch won't let me say Steve Buscemi got sucker punched. I can't say Steve Buscemi got sucker punched. I can say someone got Steve, which sounds a lot worse. But Steve Buscemi got sucker punched is apparently not okay. I don't know why it's against the rules to say, because he did. Somebody up and punched Steve Buscemi in the face. No provocation. Just he's walking on the streets of New York, just like, hey, motherfucker, bam. Like, Boardwalk Empire sucked. Oh, no. Here you go, sir. 20. Oh, okay. We're going to click that right there. Sounds like Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Ooh, aggressively didn't work out. Ooh, aggressively multi-platform. Oh, Con Air this. Oh, fuck. Now I'm just trying to think of movies Steve Buscemi's in. Hey, Reservoir Dog. Just fucking punch him in the face. Why would you punch Steve Buscemi in the face? The guy was a volunteer firefighter before he became an actor. I think he actually ran down to a fire station on 9/11, or maybe I'm getting that story wrong. But, yeah. Why would you punch him? Skeezy Whitefish. Yo, I love you in Fargo. Pow. Fucking. Why? Why would you punch Steve Buscemi in the face? And at this age, what could he possibly have done? What could he have done? Fall in the grave. Can you believe Deeds bought you this? Nothing Steve Buscemi's ever done has I think I'm gonna go out on a ledge here. Hot take. I don't think Steve Buscemi warranted a random punch in the face. Oh, Steve, I forgot you were there. Oh. Hey, is that Pirate Steve? There's a pirate on our team named Steve. Oh. I've got 2 more fists, 1 for each of you. And now John Doe saying, the puncher's defense, Buscemi's got a punchable face. I just couldn't help it. Saint Caesar very, very happy about this story. Remember, Square Enix's marketing for Final Fantasy 16 was it could only run on the PS5. I know a couple people that got a PS5 for what is it? They got the PS5 for literally for Rebirth. So, like I said, I don't know that too many people in the show or the chat care about some gamer nerds and them getting their nerd on, but thank you for that information. That made my day. Maybe they were trying to fix his grill. He already got his teeth fixed. But that's in the second hour. We got to move through a couple things to go here to get to that. So let's go to this. The postal racing story. Oh, yeah, this one. Oh, no, shit. I need to undo that. Oh, I meant to, whatever. We won't cover that one. 3 people in Alabama. I'll look into that in a second. Here we go. This one someone sent to Aaron. But I saw the link and I thought, we're going to cover this. Postal worker drives 100 miles plus, 100 miles per hour plus, allegedly racing a Mustang. Yes, please.
You're going over 100?
I didn't realize that I was going that fast.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about one-day delivery. A postal worker in Cleveland
Boom.
caught on body camera after getting pulled over for going 105 miles an hour. The deputy that pulled them over says he first noticed a Mustang that was driving slowly, then suddenly took off at a fast speed. And that deputy believes the postal worker was trying to race with the Mustang. That postal worker has had her license suspended 3 times before and has had 4 driving convictions.
Wait a minute. So you have You have a crazy lead-footed postal worker who has had 4 driving convictions, and it's a lady, and you keep letting her drive the truck. I didn't realize that was a crime, officer. This package was marked urgent.
3 for speeding and 1 for a seatbelt violation.
Oh, okay. So at least one was only a seatbelt violation. One of them was just a seatbelt violation. Aaron's new girlfriend. John Doe, talk about going postal. Yeah. Wait a minute. He looks like a bug, kinda. Someone took him for a legit alien. Who are we talking? Aaron? No. Aaron looks like the guy from Subway. Well, at least he used to. Aaron used to really look like Jared from Subway until he got thinner. But yeah, before then. Dude, Johnny, did you see the ion storm this weekend? It turned the night sky red. I did see something about a weird ion storm thing, but no, I did not. As for what's on my shirt, Andrea, it's I got it at a Billy Bob Thornton concert for his band The Boxmasters. It was a gift from Corey Adam. So I wanted a nice clean shirt to wear today, and I thought a black one would be a good call. And then I forgot I have fucking cats. 2 hairy cats, one of which, actually, I dare to say both, but definitely the older one, definitely Al, shedding like a motherfucker. Like, you pet him and a whole cat comes off. Just one time, and there's a hairball. I was drinking soda earlier. I literally had to keep tissue. I had these napkins in here just to keep them over the glass like a fucking chick at a fucking strip club, just to make sure nobody roofies my drink with cat fur. That was awesome. So that's great. All right. Alrighty. So yeah, we're going till 5:30. We've got all that stuff loaded up. That's the first story. Again, allegedly racing a Mustang. I not only do I love that she took on a Mustang. I love that she thought she could do it as a, like, you're driving a postal vehicle and you thought, I want the body cam footage. Why do we only get one clip of it? I need way more of that body cam footage. I need to see that lady getting stopped. You were doing 100. Yeah, but that fucker in the Mustang was doing 120. Saint Ren, don't you got a cat brush? Get that cat glove. It works. I do have a cat brush. Alucard sheds like a motherfucker. I'm going to be brushing the shit out of him tonight, tomorrow, and every other time. Your voice sounds better now than it did on Steel Toe this morning. Sounded off. By Aaron's own admission. And he says StreamYards does this. I can't speak to that, but maybe. Zoom fucks with your shit. As case in point by the fact that I had to restart everything to get Zoom to work because it needed to update, but it wouldn't update when the virtual camera was running. And then when I restarted everything, I didn't restart the virtual camera, and then it wouldn't let me start the virtual camera in the meeting. I had to leave the meeting. Just a whole slew of shit. Shave him, says Saint Laurent. No, he's a short hair cat. You can't shave him. That'd be horrible. That'd be torture. Never shave a short hair cat. Never shave a short hair cat. In certain temperatures, I can forgive people cutting long-haired cats down, but never shave a short hair cat. Be mean. Sounds like he needs a dose of Maid, says Fallen the Great. I don't think so. He's really, really old. That's I love that little bastard to death, but like, yeah, we're gonna hold on to him as long as we can. Okay, so postal worker. All right, we got you. God, I want to know if I can find the Alabama store. Alabama man. We had what was it? The Mayday thing. There we go. That's what I can do. I can look it up that way. Stop doing this. How do I just hit pause on your stupid ad? You ugly ladies and your stupid ad. This is bothering the fuck out of me. All right, where's YouTube? And we'll go with Mayday. Mayday. Boom. 1 hour ago. Bam.
First responders.
So there we go. That one. We'll get to that. And this thing still won't let me pause. I hate you, CNN. Just let me pause the video.
A much better.
Thank you, sweet Christ. It took you long enough. Okay, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. This one is the one we wanted to open up with. Discount Stephen Colbert. Holy shit. Like, you can say what you want, but damn, man. Boom. That's remarkably... that's Stephen Colbert's cousin. Alrighty. Come on, Johnny. Nothing better than a nice shorn puss. Excuse me. Harito Diff saying, adversity reveals one's true character. Emperor Harito. Thank you. I probably don't appreciate that as much as Aaron because I'm not as intelligent or cultured. Most importantly, not a history buff. Like, I know a few things about history, but I have a short memory. I'm a goldfish. All right, so again, Stephen Colbert, younger, square-jawed Stephen Colbert.
Responding to a call of a multi-victim shooting in Stockton just before 10 Saturday night in Baldwin County. According to the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office, several people have been wounded at a May Day celebration on Bryant's Landing Road near Yates Lane. Right now, the number of people wounded and the scope.
Whoa! Is that from the event? Because those holes look like they're going towards this side of the sign. Although I suppose, and maybe I can't tell because of the pixelation of the video, maybe they were just people who shot at the sign. That guy looks like the guy in the farting TV ad. I don't know. The farting TV ad? I have no idea. Saint Ren, feel free to link the farting TV ad. I have no idea what that is.
Their injuries is unknown, but the sheriff's office has said...
Delco Lou saying, hope all is well with you, pal. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Delco Lou. I'm doing okay-ish. I have some sad stuff happening in my family that I don't want to talk about. It doesn't involve me specifically, but it's really bummer and really, really sad. So I have a little bit of a higher temp than I should, but I think I'm fine. So yeah, we're good. Thank you for giving those warm thoughts. Again, why I also want to know, was there a bunch of RVs here? Was it a part? I'm casting ballots in my head.
Are possible. A suspect.
Rusty Grammar. Oh wow, your audio is fine. It was me the entire time. LOL. Why is Johnny's camera, lighting, and audio all better than ever? Can Aaron pay you to set up his new studio? I've subtly suggested it. Skills Carmine. I've suggested it, but he's got a particular way he likes to do things. I've been floating use 3 monitors to him for so long. He was talking about his chat, how annoying it is to catch up to the chat. Like it flies and then he can't catch up to it. If he just has it up on a screen, you cannot look at it the entire time. It moves, and if you scroll up, it doesn't move. So if he's about to start a story, he just scrolls up once or twice, 1 or 2 people, and it'll freeze there, and then he can just go through the chat after the story, and it won't just... Van Drexel Steel Toe looks like absolute shit right now. He's got some lighting issues. It'll get better. He's doing a lot more of the work himself. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh. All right. Is this the farting TV ad? All right. So, Saint Ren, I am definitely watching this ad. Farting TV ad? Okay.
Suspect is on the loose. There is no description at this time. All available law enforcement were sent to the scene last night. Video on social media shows a chaotic scene with people running and screaming, several people on the ground, some bleeding. Several patients were taken to North Baldwin Infirmary. We don't know what led to this shooting or if anyone has been arrested at this point.
Well, a suspect would certainly help in that now, wouldn't it? A description alone. Alrighty, more like shadow issues. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do that. So that was a bummer. I found out about that a couple hours before starting the show. The whole 3 people Mayday thing. That's just disgusting that you'd do that. Like, again, I was voting on.
Oh, I do it.
Funny commercial, girl farts in a car. All right, the farting TV ad. I thought it meant like a TV was farting. Girl farts in a car. Okay. It does kind of look like him.
All the time.
Really?
Oh.
Woo! You guys meet? Greg, Janice?
We sure did.
That was stupid.
Great.
This is smart.
Oh. I'm sorry. That one tickled my funny bone. Yeah, just kind of just lean into it. Is it about buckling your seatbelt? I don't even care anymore. Just the idea. You just blast ass right after getting in the car. Jesus Christ. Oh, Trucker 18-wheeler. Hi, Johnny. The show can start now. Yeah, it can. Oh, that one hurt. I've never seen that before. Oh, my God. That was funny. I don't even want to know what it's about. I don't want to know. There's probably some like legit thing that's about. Nope. That commercial starts and ends with her blasting ass and him being like, oh, hi, have you met Ted and Janet? And she looks back. Oh my God, that was too funny. Okay. Whew. Whew. Here is such a retarded statement from a PlayStation fan that you and this show need to see about Square Enix ending their exclusive deal with Sony. Part of me laughed and cried at the same time. Pepto commercial? No, I think it was a commercial for wearing seatbelts. Like I said, I don't want to know. I don't want to knowing where it went or why they had that there was funny, but other than that, no. Oh my dear God! Yes, you were right. I was gonna question you for a moment, Saint Caesar, but yeah. So I realize people don't really, for the most part, care about the exclusivity deal, but oh my God, is this a huge overreaction? Holy butthurt gamer! PS5 owners are now being treated like black people in the 1939 USA. We are now second-class gamers. And neither Sony or Square care about us anymore. Just like black people had to give up their civil rights, we PS gamers are having to forfeit our exclusives. Well, to be fair, until those exclusives end, they are still technically exclusive. Exclusivity isn't a guaranteed thing. And also, I think not restricting a video game to one console, vastly different than people not being allowed to like vote or have like own a home or maybe again getting lynched for looking at a girl the wrong way. I think it's vastly different than, oh, great, now if they're on Xbox, they get to find out what happened with Cloud and Aerith too. Homie, it's just a video game. Holy Jesus. Wow. I gotta see. What are some of the comments? Please tell me we have funny comments. This ain't it, mate. Oh, no. Dr. Pika, sir, you need to cut back on the reefer. Delete your account and move to the North Pole. Fuck you. Rent has to be running extremely tight this month. No check mark, just saying insane things for the sake of it. Yeah. What the fuck? All this over a game you can still play on your preferred console. We're going to 1939 now. Oh. Speaking as someone that people have said has a tendency to get emotional and overreact, buddy, I think you ought to tone that one down just a bit. More like civil rights movement. Now Xbox gets to drink the from the square water fountain. Right. It's actually kind of the opposite of what he's saying. Because, again, you're saying exclusivity is like black people losing their civil rights. No, technically, exclusivity is like, this situation is like white people having to let black people have civil rights more than anything. But, again, like someone else said, no check mark and just saying insane things on the internet. Good luck to you, homie. Best of luck. Alrighty, so that was cool. Thanks for that information. That's awesome. Oh, yes, so we have that we can get into. Why can't I play Mario Kart on my PlayStation? But that's the thing. Like, who cares? John Doe, talk about carbon emission. Yeah, dude, she was adding to greenhouse gases. There was a serious amount of methane in that old Tootski. Good God. And she looked like such a classy broad until she blew it out her ass. Oh, boy. But yes, awesome that the exclusivity is kind of coming to an end. I don't agree with exclusivity on any console. I don't. I think let people play on whatever console they want. I don't give a shit. Especially multiplayer games. I've always said I don't mind exclusivity with single-player titles. If it means eventually they'll make the rounds, like, okay, but yeah. This is why I follow the gaming space on Twitter. There is gold like that. I don't even follow it. It's not worth getting invested in. I play the games I play, and then I just move on. One user, Dreamcast guy, once said he wanted 19 inches of Venom. Okay. For all you Raw gamers, I'm Master Sony. Clap your hands like this. Gamer run, gamer run. Jesus. Oh, boy. But calling out everybody that wants to throw down in Raw, which I am totally for. May you have a fun time in your multiplayer adventures. All right, so we've got a update on the Baltimore Bridge. Apparently, we're finally going to, I guess we have to do a controlled demolition. Like everything in America can only be solved with explosives. So we're going to blow the shit out of the bridge, sink the thing like a motherfucker, and then I guess clean up the rubble and rebuild the bridge, eventually allowing boats to pass. So part of the bridge is supposed to be demolished. Supposedly, this is a 3D rendition of what's going to happen, 3D visuals. 1v1 me in Rust on Call of Duty. 1v1 me, you pussy! Oh. I can't. That kid is too funny. All right, so let's do this. The bridge being demolished. Like it was part of the plan.
Window late this afternoon to finally do this controlled demolition, which the Coast Guard is saying is really the quickest and the safest way to remove that huge piece of the bridge. We are talking thousands of tons of steel still sitting on and really weighing down the bow of the Dali. And once they do that, they can finally tow the ship away. It's been too heavy over these past 7 weeks, and that is the next critical step toward finally clearing and reopening the channel. I do want to show you an animation that we have that really gives you a much clearer sense of how they are going to do this later today. So we know that crews are making these precision cuts, only millimeters wide. You can see it right there in the steel in specific spots on the bridge. Then they are going to insert those charges, the explosives. and cover them up essentially with a big piece of tape, an adhesive that's going to keep it in there. And the plan is later today, they're going to detonate those charges, separating rapidly all of that steel and thrust.
All right. So look, we got some plastic explosives, we got some gaffer tape, and we got a plan. I'm not saying it's not a good idea. I'm just saying when it comes to plasma, and so then we got some tape, and we're going to duct tape. Rex start. Duct tape saves the day again, apparently. How are we going to take down this bridge? Well, simple. About 10 pounds of high-grade plastic explosive and about 70 feet of gaffer tape.
It away from the ship. To be clear, Sarah, it is not going to be some sort of big fireball, officials, or at least it shouldn't be.
Fuck you. We need this. It's too close to the 4th of July to not be a fireball. If it doesn't need to be, it's not going to be some big fireball, then go screw yourself. You're already taping the hole shut. Get some propane tanks, tape those on top of there. Let's make this happen. It's not going to be some big fireball. Cunt, this is America. It needs to be a big fireball.
Officials say this is really going to look like small puffs of smoke, like little fireworks going off. And if all goes well, officials seem hopeful that they can still reopen the channel in the next couple weeks. But that timeline has been so fluid over the past couple months as we continue to wait for federal investigators to put out their preliminary report outlining why the ship lost power. We still don't really know what happened that night that caused it to barrel into the bridge.
Someone stop this giant nose on my screen. All right. It
smells good.
No, I hate your ads. Don't do this. Oh, Jerry Seinfeld's use your privilege thing. Maybe we could. I don't know how long it is. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Look, I'm just saying the bridge collapsing, horrible tragedy. But if we've got to do some demolition, then let's do some pyrotechnics. Like, let's make it a thing. Send the old girl off with a bang. Several bangs, I guess. Bukkake the bitch and explosions. There you go. Just do it. Oh yeah. Insert them charges, Daddy. Wow. Good to see you, Landers. Always have fun with you in the chat. Farts are funny. Check back in 10 years. I mean, I'm probably still going to laugh at farts in 10 years. I have been laughing at farts since I was a child. It has never left me. My daughter laughs at farts like it's the funniest thing in the world. So I'm guessing it's genetic, and I've unfortunately passed it on. I don't know if I got it from my mom or my dad. I'm guessing my dad. But, yeah, farts are fucking funny. I can't help you if you don't agree. Do we want to do that? I think I have the use your privilege thing later. I think I have the use your privilege thing in the third hour. So we won't get to that. We still have a bunch of things to get through right now. Oh, yeah, we have to talk about Minnesota and Wisconsin's air pollution. Hey, so remember last year when wildfires made the air super shitty and it ended up being that they were set deliberately? Well, I don't know if these ones are deliberate or not, but smoke from wildfires drifted south over the weekend. If you're in the northern part of the central United States and the skies look smoky, it's because Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin are under an air quality alert on Monday morning because of wildfire smoke from Canada. On Sunday, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency issued the alert for the entire state, which was set to expire at noon Eastern on Monday. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources issued an air quality alert for the northeastern part of Wisconsin that was set to last through 10 a.m. on Monday. So I don't know if this is still going, but so this is the thing. Let's zoom it in. There we go. All right. So here's the go to this screen. Here's the air quality alert. So it's just drifting down from like this area near Edmonton. It's It's apparently air quality is really shitty, and then it's super shitty right here. Well, what the fuck? If it's coming from Canada, why is it worse here than up there? Is it like in this area somewhere, or what? Regina. They are mostly deliberate to propagate their effing climate agenda. Yeah, guys, we're going to prove to them that climate change is real by burning down all the trees. You don't really understand how to support your movement for environments, do you? Hey, man, I'm an environmentalist. We got to sacrifice anything and everything for the environment, even if that means the environment. It's not helping, is it? Yeah. Oh, and we've got a fun story later about apparently cooking at the health department pushing a climate agenda. It still smells like shit outside, but it's way better than this morning. When can we start like taxing Canada for the air pollution? Like, no offense, I know Joe Biden is super strict and all. But I'm just wondering when he's going to get to that one. Like, when can we start being like, hey, we had our air in our states, like, routinely fucked with because of you. How about you start doing something about it? Landers, the syrup suckers up north need to get their together and put out them fires. Yeah, it'd help if they stopped setting them. Wow. Scott Fitzpatrick. That's weird. That's a really effed up question. We're going to just do this and then do that just in case. No way the fires were arson. Well, the ones last, was it last summer or the summer before? I think it was last summer. The ones last summer were, they found out that, like, the whole, like, wildfires along the northern part of Canada was a person doing it deliberately, so that way people would think the government was doing it. I don't know how that's a win for anyone, but whatever. But yeah, the ones, they found a person responsible for those. I don't know about this one. It's too early to tell. I just know that our, I got another thing about air purity alerts. They're like, really? How long do we have to have fucking shitty air quality because of Canada before we start taxing these assholes? Rusty Grammar, I used to laugh at farts until I lit my boxers on fire when I was 13. Not doing that gimmick again. Oh. Can you really light your boxers on fire? That'd be weird. Because then it's going to, like, especially if they're, like, what is it? Plastic or whatever. I forget what the plastic material is called, but yeah, then they'll melt. Oh. The circle sucker sounds, then calling them syrup suckers. Yeah, I suppose that was, I do love this thing. It's nice. I don't know how I feel about the hibiscus flavor, but overall the rest of it's nice. I am you can call me a circle sucker all you want. You sea sucker. If C's for circle, then yes. Then yes it is. Because I like it. It's nice. It's easy. Alrighty. So we have a show going for another 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you for being here. We've got a fully funded show. So everything we get with chats and all that stuff just goes towards next week. We're on the 21st with 30 and less. So everything with bits, subs, and all that counts towards that stuff. Didn't Bartertown run on vapor coming off pig poop in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? John Doe, that is an incredibly deep dig, if so, because I have no idea what the heck, like, I don't remember that at all. But a methane reactor would be hilarious. I have no idea. Polyester. Thank you, Mr. Q. Thank you, Mr. Q. Okay. So over to this story. Ukraine says the situation. You know what? We'll let the news lady tell us what's going on. So, guys, we've been throwing all of our money at Ukraine. We've been giving them all those arms, all those weapons, all that money, so that that things can get resolved and we can have peace in our time against those evil Russian bastards. And guys, how's it going, Ukraine?
Intensified its attacks in northeast Ukraine, raising fears of the city of Kharkiv could soon be in range of its artillery. The border town of Vovchansk has been heavily bombed. Kharkiv's governor has said that Russia is trying to stretch the front line. Ukraine's commander in the area has been replaced. In another sign of the growing strain on Kyiv, Ukraine has said it'll need record energy imports after Russian attacks on infrastructure. Well, as Russia makes progress in the war, President Putin is appointing a new defense minister, Andrei Belousov, like his predecessor, Sergei Shoigu.
Okay, so this is going to keep going. What about the part where the situation is worsening? So we have to give them more stuff now? Is that what you're saying? Now they need more stuff? Oh, fuck. Somebody's calling me out about who runs Bartertown, and I'm trying to remember. Master Blaster runs Bartertown. Cat hair in my throat runs Bartertown. Oh. And Trucker 18-wheeler calling me a sea sucker. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Circle, definitely sucker. Yep. That cat hair is fucking with me. Oh, it's deep. It's fucking deep.
Who doesn't have much experience in the military field, but he is one of Putin's most influential economic advisors. And analysts say that may offer a clue as to the Russian leader's desire to fund his military ambitions. Well, we'll have more on the changes in Russia's defence hierarchy in a moment. But first, our correspondent James Waterhouse has the latest on the fighting in Ukraine.
Yeah, I thought we were...
The Kharkiv region really does form the focus, really, of this most significant of ground offensives we've seen since the start of this full-scale invasion 2 years ago. Now, what Ukrainian forces are saying is that the Russians are deploying significant troop numbers to two main incursion points.
And let me guess, how much of this comes back to we need more money, we need the U.S. to give us more money, more funding, it's not enough, Russia's knocking on the door. It's going to drive me nuts. I had a goddamn nail clipper at the start of the day, and now I don't know where it went. And I have an uneven fingernail. Driving me fucking bonkers. Neurotic. Okay, so again, Ukraine is in trouble. The situation is worsening. And I'm sure none of this will come back to us needing to do more money and funding and stuff, right? You don't need more help, right?
Across the border, where invading forces are claiming to have taken around 9 villages now. They're claiming to be in a town called Vovchansk, which has been heavily bombed. Kyiv is disputing that, saying there is still heavy fighting.
So wait a minute. So now, why is this lady just getting shuffled into a pickup truck with a guy in what looks like quasi-tactical gear? And is this a Ukrainian or a Russian? I can't see the swastika. Can you show us the side of your helmet, sir?
Some forces are saying they've killed around 100 invading soldiers today, but there are also fears, twofold really. Firstly, that the fighting could well spill into other settlements.
All right, no swastikas, clearly Russians. Clearly Russians.
Sort of new tide of Russian occupation starts to spread, but also if they were to get within, say, 20 miles of Kharkiv city itself, Ukraine's second biggest city, then that would put them in artillery range, and that is when air defences can't really do anything to protect you. And people living there, as well as in countless settlements across the east, know what happens next, where you have cities that sustain really significant damage and make it all the more impossible to live there. That said, it's not thought this attack is capable yet of taking a city like Kharkiv. Russian forces tried and failed with a far greater force 2 years ago, but nevertheless, this is a concerning...
Oh, so now it's not even as big. You're backpedaling a lot in the story already. So it's a big problem. Oh my God, but it's not as big a problem as it was before. Okay. You know what, Johnny? Since April left, you have been a real circle jerk. Oh, what can I say? It's the pay wage raise going in my head. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I'm finally getting the goddamn respect I deserve. Again, if what he's going through, I feel bad for the guy. I didn't see it going that way. It sucks. I don't know why I'm a dick. Give Ukraine a nuke and get it over with already. Christ. No, we can't give Ukraine a nuke because then they'll sell it to somebody and it'll end up getting used against us. I don't know if you know this or not, but the biggest problem with Ukraine's military force is that everything we give them, like they keep like half of it, they sell the rest. Yeah, I'm hearing two sides to this story. What's real, says John Doe. Which story? The Ukraine one? For that, I too wonder. They had the Russian military parade the other day. They put a fake flyover on the broadcast. The Russian military parade? Thank you for the 100 bits. Check the sticker party situation. Ooh. We are 620 bits away from a sticker party. When that happens, all the stickers are free for a limited time. Everyone gets to use them. Cover the screen with them all you want. Some of them are aimable. Is that He-Man? Is that He-Man? Is that one of the Masters of the Universe?
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mundus.
Lab Glass is having fun with the stickers. Okay, so a sticker party might not be too far off. Let's get my foot up then. So yes, sticker party, they're free to do. The thing that's up there is somewhere over there, and you get to just go nuts with them when the confettis have fallen. Sure looks like He-Man, says Lab Glass. Those are the 3 new ones. Well, now anybody else can pick up the torch. Thank you for supporting the show. Again, everything we get is going forward. We're on the 21st with like $30 left to fund on the show, so that's super duper awesome. And I have to mention on May 20th, I'm going to be on Mikey Two Milk's show. So awesome things there. And then I'm going to be on the Nice Podcast Stupid show. The show's called Nice Podcast Stupid, and it's I believe 6-7 is the day of that. I have to check. I think it's the 7th of June. By the power of gays.
Behold the power of cheese.
Thank you, dear Butch. Oh, now we're close to a hype train. That's super awesome. If you want to chip in on Twitch right now is the best time. 3.5 minutes to launch a hype train and just get it all in one good thing, and then we round all that up at the end of the day and just take it right off the old Golski. Okay, let's find out again what Russia is poised to take the town with less of a force than they had before, and so they're not a threat, but they're not a are they a threat? Can you pick a lane, sir?
New point of attack for already overstretched Ukrainian troops.
And James, obviously we have seen the US vote through this military aid package. Overall, how is that likely to tip the balance of power and strength in this ongoing battle?
Well, I don't think it'll tip the scales fully back into Ukraine's favour by any stretch. I think Ukraine would take a simple levelling out, if you want to look at it like that. I mean, at the moment...
This is a horrible thing to have a train to. Thank you, dear bud.
Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes the train, and here comes driver 10-2. Wahey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the
Dearboo 1 hype train, Dearboo 1 hype train, Dearboo 1 hype train, Uni 100.
Thank you so much. 37% of the way through the hype train. Again, everything that we make today on Twitch and Streamlabs and PayPal and all of those just kind of kicks the goal forward. We bought a day out of the show with Rumble recently, so that one's going back up. So it all adds up. Thank you so much for that. Again, you're saying that the... See, now that sticker party's remarkably close. See, now it's 120 bits away. That's one sticker and then like a couple of small ones right through the gate. So again, you're saying the Ukraine aid is not going to make a big difference. Then why are we doing it? Can we keep that here? It would be remarkably useful here if it's not going to tip the scales in their favor so much as be a stalling action.
Well, I don't think it'll tip the scales fully back into Ukraine's favor by any stretch. I think Ukraine would take a simple leveling out, if you want to look at it like that. I mean, at the moment, you know, it's not just the story of the last 4 days with this Russian assault. It's the story of the last 6 months where you've seen Russia really throw everything at trying to take as much Ukrainian territory as possible, notably in the east. But the disturbing development for Kyiv is the fact that it is now happening in the northeast. And there's a lot of frustration too. There are troops there who said, you know, these Russian soldiers walked across the border. They were barely challenged and were barely met with any kind of Ukrainian fortification.
So again, I'm losing interest in you reporting this because again, we're paying for this shit, and you're saying they're not really doing. Oh, great! So they didn't really try. The aim on Nelson is perfect. Yeah, the aim was very, very good, Saint Caesar. You're right. Yeast, says cheeseburger pie. What do we have yeast for? I'm surprised they didn't parade the captured tanks they had. That would have been funny. That would have been very, very funny. Lab Glass apparently going at it one nugget at a time. Now we're 100.
Seems good 100. I get all my news and information from the Johnny K Show.
That's a horrible idea. You shouldn't do that at all. I'm glad you're here, dear Butch. You're a huge supporter of the show, and we love having you on the program. But don't take me as your source of news. That's a horrible idea. Definitely vet your sources. I'm easily swayed. I fall to stupid clickbaity shit all the time. You should not use me as your information source. Oh boy, are you in trouble. Yeah, John Doe, I thought they would too. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the tanks, that would be a nice like snub to just roll them in their faces. 63% of the way through level 1 of the hype train. We've got a sticker
Seems
party
good
right now.
100. I believe everything I hear on the internet. Also, Johnny.
So yeah, those are just two bad decisions in a row. I don't know how they cancel each other out. Johnny told me he was a commie. I'm a commie? Inoffensive diff. I'm sorry. Oh. Controlled bird number 1. Mistake. I don't know what that is either. All righty. So, all right, let's get this one's done. We'll go there and goodbye. Oh, Ukraine situation. The only problem is we're paying for it. Oh, we're paying for it. Our economy's going down the shitter. Again, the sticker is just called, what is it? I don't even remember what the sticker is, but I don't know. That's not offensive language, is it? I don't want fucking Twitch TOS stuff or YouTube TOS stuff. Other than that, I don't really care. Fuck it for now. Okay, so there we go. Sticker party's done. Let's go ahead and clear this off. We don't need that up there. I got it. We see Lindsey Graham. He can be on the front line and drain the Russian soldiers' poles. He can't fight with drained nuts and being sleepy. Oh. In Russian military, we have saying, it's impossible to shoot your gun while shitting your pants. Oh, that's a fun time. So let's get to this one. Speaking of draining poles and shitting your pants, a woman won't face jail time for putting bleach in her husband's coffee. Oh, okay. This one, I mean, it's impressive. No jail time. He said he liked his coffee to be, he didn't like black coffee, so I thought if I bleached it, it'd be white coffee. How do you not taste bleach in your coffee, by the way? How do you, I feel like bleach has a smell to it that. Graham started screaming at Welker yesterday in Meet the Press. None? That's terrifying. Yeah, none. No jail time. Won't face jail time for putting bleach in her husband's coffee. Just, you're free to go. Ew, bleach in your coffee. Yeah, because, dude, that would be... Honey, my coffee tastes like a swimming pool. No. Corn Diff saying, hit the like button. Good to see you, Corn Diff. Corn Diff of the We Have No Name show on YouTube. A very, very awesome show. Women Love to Poison. I mean, the poisoning part, it isn't surprised. I've never heard of bleach, and you didn't taste it.
An Arizona woman who was charged with poisoning her husband's coffee is getting out of jail. Melody Johnson agreed to a plea deal for the crime after her husband caught her on video putting bleach in his coffee. As part of that deal, attempted murder charges were downgraded to 2 counts of adding a harmful substance to food and drink. Those charges could have resulted in 2 years of prison time for each count, but Judge Javier Chan Lopez ordered 3 years of probation and mental health treatment instead.
All right. You could have 3 years of probation and mental health treatment instead. I bet you that judge is fucking single. He's hoping to scoop that one up. Bleach, no jail time. Semen, 2 years. Right? Oh, no. No. Caught her on video. Yeah, I wish the video was in here.
Her husband is divorcing her, but told the court he didn't want his wife to go to prison. An Arizona...
But didn't want his wife to go to prison. Yeah, I'd like to keep it out, so I can still, get some Strange on the side. I just don't want to. So the judge banged her, says St. Caesar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The judge either did or wants to. And, again, the guy, the husband, the ex-husband is like, you know what? I want to divorce her. I don't want her anywhere near me, but I would like to be able to, get a little pity F once in a while. Just to balance the scales, for once. Yeah. No jail time. No jail time. Oh, boy. The judge is just giving out favors for favors. Aaron saying, I didn't know they made semen-flavored coffee. Can we rebag April's Magic Bean? The X is stupid. Yeah, if you put bleach in my coffee, you can serve jail time. That's not okay. That's not okay. Landers, I can't say I disagree with your point, but I won't read that aloud. So, yes, we have a story that I was going to get into, but I don't really want to because it's depressing, and we're already into the second hour, and we haven't finished our second hour stories. Oh, we only have the 2, though, and that one is funny. All right, so we'll do this one quick. So you guys remember those Palestinian protests, right? Because horrible things that are happening in Palestine and Gaza, the murders and the numbers off the charts. Well, just so we're clear, the UN has halved its estimates of women and children killed in Gaza. So it turns out the Hamas-controlled Government Media Office, or GMO, the Government Media Office for Palestine and Hamas, has been overstating the deaths of women and children in Gaza to about, 50%, just about 50%, just kind of overstating it. The United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, has revised its child fatality figure from the Gaza war sharply downward, reporting more than 14,500 deaths on May 6th, but then 7,079 on May 8th. They revised downward its figure for women fatalities. So again, they cut them down by half in the two demographics they told us that were most bothered by this conflict. Okay. According to an infographic published by OCHA's daily report on May 6th, the number of women killed in the fighting was said to be 9,500, while the organization admits to relying on figures from the Hamas-run Ministry of Health in Gaza that claimed that 14,500 children had been killed since the war began on October 7th. 2 days later, in its May 8th report, the agency appeared to have cut the numbers nearly in half. So, oops. We kind of got the wrong numbers. Don't you feel better about being a protester now? Skeezy, 6 million, 6 million. St. Caesar, so that's what happened in April? I have no idea. What does the UN base their estimates on? Again, John Doe, I don't know what they're curtailing their estimates on now, but they admittedly were taking estimates from apparently a very biased source. So, I don't know. Now, who knows what's the truth? Somewhere in the middle? The propaganda war is even worse and in full swing on both sides. Yeah, it could be now that they're trusting the Israeli government and the Israeli government is downplaying. That's, like I said, it's almost like the whole thing's fucked up and we shouldn't be bothering with it in the first place. There's no there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't win. Just let it go. Let it go. Alrighty, so that is that. That's our first hour done. We still have one more story to get to, which will be kind of fun to laugh at now that we just covered this. So now the numbers might not be quite what they've been told. Well, let's check out how the protests are going. This one, I don't know where this protest is, but apparently somebody is protesting and the police are using a bulldozer. Go. Sir, you dropped your hat. You dropped your hat, sir. So you jumped up and down on the bulldozer? Dude, you're what? 250 soaking wet with the backpack? You jumped up? No, I don't even know. What's your next move, Superman? This was your first start. You're barely making that thing shake. Over double the casualties that died on 9/11 in children have died, says John Doe. Okay, so since I can't validate that statement, I'll operate on the premise that you're right. What does that equal, if anything? Does that make it better or worse? Does that mean I'm supposed to care more or less? Oh yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing's a shit show. So I mean, if it what is the acceptable number then? You're saying if we had less baby death, we would still be okay? My point is just simply everybody's getting so wound up over this, and it turns out that maybe the numbers aren't really right, and maybe no side is right either. But I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so again, back to dude losing his shit on a bulldozer. He stood for his convictions and then ran like a bitch. So not only did you not stop the bulldozer, lose your hat or whatever it was that fell out of your backpack, the minute the cop... Thank you, Saner N. The minute... It's hard to take anything seriously when you've got Kirby up there. He looks like he's humping that dude. He's humping him. I mean, at least let the cop, like, look like he pushes you in the water. You literally like, nope, don't want to get arrested. Oh, we're so proud of you. You're afraid to be identified. You ran from the police like a bitch. And again, the bulldozer didn't even stop. So Minneapolis burned for weeks, but criticize the tiny hats and they go killdozer on them. Right? Kirby is right on his ass. Get in there, Kirby. Enjoy that. Again, the bulldozer is simply pushing over a blockade. I don't know where this is. Ah, it was Amsterdam. A Dutch anti-Israeli protester attempted to halt a police bulldozer from dismantling a barricade constructed by fellow rioters. I don't want you to stop. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. You kind of don't get the choice in that one. Oh. So wait a minute. Why is it 5 minutes long if that's the part? What's the rest of this? Faced with arrest, the protester made a daring leap into the canal to evade police capture. It's not a daring leap. Faced with being arrested, the protester made a chicken shit leap into the canal, lest he be, punished for his beliefs. Okay, to evade police capture. A video clip depicting the footage went viral. Where can we get to? Is this just protesters were seen spraying fire extinguishers as they approached the protest? Yeah, I don't really care about any of this now. Again, the money shot was the guy bailing from the bulldozer. Minneapolis is fucked. Ooh, for so many more reasons than you think, and we're going to talk about one of those in a little bit too. Oh, that's right. The second hour stuff is right around the corner, and we've got a fun bunch of things to do in there. So we're going to have to get through that. So that was that video. That was the last part of our first hour show prep. Thank you for that. Thank you for the hype train. I think it was like 65 or 70% on level 1. That was super awesome. Again, all of that adding up and just paying forward to the 21st. We are on the 21st with $30 left in May 21st. I believe that's a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's get that done. Clear that out. We'll read that later. And let's go ahead and mute this for just a second while we grab our second hour stories. The stuff we're going to be getting into for the second hour is we have a charter schools thing for Minnesota that I kind of want to talk about, but it's a story we have to read, so we might go through it kind of quick. We have, again, the Steve Buscemi getting punched in the face. Why would you punch Steve Buscemi in the face? Why? What has he done to you? How have you been offended that you had to punch him in the face? Then we have a story about Lyft in, I don't know if it's the Twin Cities or Minnesota as a whole, but Lyft is threatening to leave. We'll talk about that. We've got a study claiming that a quarter of urban air pollution is from cooking food, and I'm sure none of this is to encourage people to switch to electric And not, it's the gas and the cooking of the food. Okay. How is it cooking food is going, if that's the air pollution, how does that end? You want us to stop cooking food? How does that work? And then we've got a story about Amazon workers using bots to claim limited supply of time off. So that's fun. Everybody like, oh man, the bots are coming for your jobs. Apparently the bots are the only way you get a day off now. Bobby Bologna, reading's never not done nothing for nobodies, not never, and by God, it ain't never gonna will. Okay. Optic nerve. Were they trying to make him more handsome? I mean, at this point, you can't, I get it. He's older, so his face is more easily rearrangeable, but I don't think you can fix it. At that point, I think it's just done. Gas stoves equals far superior to electric. Change my mind, says Rusty Grammar. I mean, you're not wrong, but like I said, unless you're arguing that the actual burning of propane or natural gas is somehow contributing to air pollution, I've got bad news for you. An electric convection cooktop is still going to provide the same level of, you're still cooking. It'll be shittier food. It'll take longer. It'll have more problems. And we're going to use a lot more pollution in the making of the electricity that we got to do for that. The grid's got to handle it. I don't know. Seems like a whole big thing. Why would you bother? Seems like a whole big thing. So yeah, it's sorry, I have a family thing, a family member going through a difficult time. I don't mean to pause the show, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's not me, and I'm not at liberty to say. But a family member I care about having a difficult time. So, alrighty. So, let's see. The energy consumption will not decrease, only change from gas to electric stoves, but the electricity will have to be generated somehow, and solar will not be enough. That is absolutely right. Solar will not be enough, but also the bigger thing for me is, and we'll have to get into the study, what do you mean the air pollution is being caused by cooking? Because gas stoves, you're going to tell me now that they're polluting the air? Okay. Because again, if it's the actual act of cooking, the changing the heat source thing is still going to provide the relatively same amount of air pollution. We're not going to lose air pollution from that, but I guess we'll find out. Let's get over to that in a second. Let's do this one quick. This is a local one for all of our Minnesota people. I thought you glitched there for a minute. Yeah, I had to think. I got a family member dealing with a rough thing right now, and it's very, very sad. So sorry about that. A loophole allows Minnesota charter schools to award $132 million in outside contracts without following state anti-corruption rules. Uh-oh, guess what happens? Well, if I have to guess what happens, Mr. Story Writer, I'm going to guess that some people got awful corrupt. When the superintendent of Noble Academy was ready to retire, the Brooklyn Park Charter School awarded him a multi-million-dollar management contract without competitive bidding. Uh-oh. In April of 2019, the school board of Noble Academy voted to approve a lawn care contract with an obscure company. According to the terms of the contract, the Brooklyn Park Charter School would pay Angels Lawn Care to trim shrubs twice a year, perform gardening box maintenance once per season, and weed grass areas as needed, all across 2 school campuses. The cost of this occasional seasonal yard work would come to $20,000 annually. The school board minutes indicated that the discussion of the issue was relatively brief. It is important to maintain our schools in a good environment and conducive to learning, the minutes read. The school board does not appear to have discussed the fact that Angel's Lawn Care was run by the 18-year-old daughter of Mai Yang Chang. Oh, not Yang. I apologize. There wasn't an NG on that one. That's from me having trouble reading. Mai Chang. At the time, Chang was Noble Academy's deputy superintendent of academics. She's now the superintendent. So wait a minute. So the superintendent's daughter runs a lawn care business? Chang's daughter's qualifications as a lawn care contractor were hard to gauge. It was only the day after the school board vote that she registered her company with the state using her home address and Chang's as the business. So you awarded yourself a super cushy deal to Jolly green dickhead, chitty chitty yang yang. Oh, come on. So, yeah, it's, that's kind of a thing. Oof. That's not a good look. Your daughter is 18 years old. She doesn't have any experience. Well, she's a really great lawn care specialist. Really, how long has her business been up and running? It starts up and running tomorrow. Its first day of operation is next week. So it's like I said, up and comer she is. Yeah, dude. She couldn't come up anymore. $20K a year isn't a lot. Yeah, that seems a lot less. They said multi-million-dollar contract. How is that a multi-million-dollar contract? Without competitive building, multi-million-dollar contract. The Minnesota Department of Education looked into the matter. Former Noble Academy staff member filed a complaint citing multiple concerns about contracting practices and other issues. This company never came to work on the grounds, which was just so not only did they didn't do it, this company never came to work on the grounds, which was just pulling weeds, but was paid the exact amount for her college tuition. The complaint wrote about Angel's lawn care contract. Ooh. In response, Noble Academy told the Minnesota Department of Education that it had handled the contract properly. The school explained that it has asked 3 companies for bids and received a response only from Angel's Lawn Care. Furthermore, it said the contractor, Chang's daughter, had disclosed her relationship with Chang to the charter school's founder and superintendent, Neil Thau, who told the board chair. The board chair determined the contract did not represent a conflict of interest. But apparently she didn't even do the work. So why did she get paid? Alrighty. Well, that's as far as I want to delve into that. It's a charter school in Brooklyn Park. It's already got enough going against it. Jolly green dickhead nailed it. Needed to pay for college somehow. You were absolutely right. You were absolutely right, Jolly green dickhead. Nailed it. You got it perfect. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. Nightwave, if you're saying wow, bro, to that story, yeah, that's pretty crazy. If I don't think Nightwave Live is actually Nightwave, but okay. Alrighty. Sweetheart deal. For the contract thing, yeah, kind of. Kind of a sweetheart deal. Emails probably sent at 3 a.m. What? Zen bamboo trees everywhere. No, dude, I don't think there was, again, it doesn't seem like she was actually doing the work. It seems like the work was just happening. I'm saying wow to you not accepting my apology. Do I have to sit here and accept your apology? I'm pretty sure Nightwave Live isn't Mersh or anything else, so yeah, I don't need to accept your apology. I'm kind of doing a show, so cool, buddy. Let's go ahead and get into this story again. We're going to talk about Steve Buscemi getting punched in the face, and I have no idea why you would punch Steve Buscemi in the face, but apparently somebody did. So let's go. It's a growing trend in New York to punch people in the face, and now Steve Buscemi's gotten one. So let's find this out. At least it's not a lady this time. There's been a lot of ladies getting punched in the face, unless somebody mistook Steve Buscemi for a woman, which would be weird. Oh, did I not unmute it? Oh, no, I have that muted. I had the audio muted there. Show sucks. Well, then, you don't have... Oh, never mind. Rusty Grammar got him. Show sucks. It's the best thing you got going on, apparently. But I guess that's not a problem now, because you're gone. Bye. There we go. Boop, boop, boopity, boop, and bam. Here we go. Steve Buscemi getting punched in the face.
That random attack on actor Steve Buscemi, the star sucker punched by a stranger in Kips Bay. Today, New York's Gabi Acevedo has the details and a look at who police are searching for. Gabi.
Good morning, Darlene, to you, to Michael, and to our viewers. Police are searching for a suspect.
Fanatical Bucks fan, I didn't know you considered Aaron to be family. Poor guy. No. Fanatical Bucks fan, no offense, I'm not talking about Aaron. I'm sure Aaron's dealing with stuff. I don't know. He doesn't really talk to me too much about stuff. No, I'm literally talking about a family, but nice. How old is good old Steve these days? I don't know. I think he's in his 70s or 80s, right? 70s or 80s? I think so. I don't know how you justify punching Steve Buscemi in the face, but let's find out.
Suspect after this incident, which happened right here in Kips Bay last Wednesday, and it appears to have been a random attack against one of the most beloved and appreciated figures in New York City. This is the man the NYPD is now looking for after assaulting.
Jolly Green Dickhead, I didn't mean to pause it on here, but we can leave it paused here for a variety of reasons. I mean, he kind of has a punchable face. Lots of people might have a punchable face. Why would you want to punch him in the face? Little Lemmy, hey Johnny, I support you. Sorry I didn't see that earlier, Little Lemmy. I love you, Little Lemmy. I hope you're doing well. So, I'm hoping you're doing well. Electric just takes longer. It's annoying as shit. Right? But you're not going to... Nightwave Live is Mersh, says Trucker 18-Wheeler. Nightwave Live is Mersh? Okay. Again, apologizing to me means literally nothing at this point. I'm done. So I was moving on with my stuff. I'm not saying anyone should, but I understand. Steve is 66 years old? Oh, boy. Steve is 66 years old. Dear Lord. We're going to take that out. I love it when people put something in there and then they're like, oh, that's going to show up on the screen. We don't want that to be a thing. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry. It doesn't go away when you retract it. I got to wipe the chat. But don't worry. If you retract it, I will gladly wipe the chat message. Because, again, jokes. We're having fun. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Bill Goldberg's tall, dark, and handsome brother decided to punch Steve Buscemi in the face, but apparently he wasn't having it.
Steve Buscemi, without mincing words, in broad daylight on 3rd Avenue near East 27th Street, described as carrying some kind of book bag and wearing a baseball-style cap. Police say the 66-year-old actor, who is a Brooklyn native and once upon a time was a firefighter, was just standing on the street around noon when he was punched in the face. Buscemi was then taken to the hospital where he...
I love that it was standing on the street around noon when he's a punch in the face. Go back a second. Oh, this is such a New York newscaster. He's a punch it in the face.
He was punched in the face. Buscemi was then
punched in
taken
the
to the
face.
hospital where he received medical attention for bruising, swelling, and bleeding to his left eye. The publicist for the actor put out a statement saying Buscemi was assaulted in Midtown, another victim of a random attack of violence in the city. He is okay and appreciates everyone's well wishes, though incredibly sad for everyone that this has happened to while walking the streets of New York. As for
why does he talk like that? Says Trucker 18. Well, I'm guessing he's not a like. I'm guessing he's from an area where there's another language that they speak, and so it's not English as a second language, but he definitely grew up in a home with accents, if you know what I mean. And so somebody spoke Spanish fluently for a while.
Bring you back live. At this point, police have been looking into surveillance video around the area regarding this incident and are asking anyone who maybe recognizes the suspect or knows some information to please come forward. Reporting live from Kips Bay, Gabby Acevedo, Today in New York.
That random attack on actor Steve Buscemi, the star sucker punch by a stranger.
Oh, so just restarted it over again. Okay. He's actually a good reporter. He seems like he'd be a good reporter. I was just making fun of he punched in the face. Like it's just fun. I just enjoy it. It sounded funny. Mike Tyson over here getting ready for Jake Paul. Dude, that would be funny if okay. Racist much. What are you talking about? Who? Because I found an accent enjoyable and funny when he said someone got punched in the face. Okay, I didn't know that was. But also, I don't know. Your name's kind of not cool. So I don't know. I don't think you're gonna be. I don't think you're gonna be a fun person. Seems like you're just gonna be a troll. So we'll just go ahead and hide you by, because again, I don't need you around. Your "It's a Spicy Meatball" impression is great, Johnny. See that? I will admit that. Then that makes me sound racist. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe I shouldn't have been as hard on Aaron is an F word. But again, like the name, yeah, you're just gonna troll. I got things to do. I got things to do. So there we go. Alrighty. So Steve Buscemi punched in the
Kips
face.
Bay.
Punched in the face.
Today.
So there you go. Punched in the face. Bye-bye, buddy. Alrighty. Steve Buscemi is Italian, I think. Buscemi sounds definitively Italian. It does not sound Jewish at all. God, why am I getting things about renewing my windows? I can't afford to renew my windows. I don't know how many windows are on this house, but I can't afford to replace them. Aaron is gay would have been a funnier nickname. Either way, it's just like, okay, like props to you. You came out swinging with, hey, I'm going to be a piece of shit. Boom. Like, okay, cool. Okay. In general, I'm not going to want that name popping up in my chat all the time. So, again, cool. You shot your shot. Good for you. All right, let's go ahead and get to this. Again, in local area news, Minnesota is super duper woke because the cities are super duper woke. And a lot of people lately have been pushing for Uber and Lyft drivers to get paid a goddamn living wage. They deserve to be paid a real wage for their side hustle that we all need to get because this economy is so super awesome. So every time that they've done this, areas where they do it, Lyft and Uber have started pulling their services. They're threatening to do it. Steve Buscemi is half Italian, by the way, says the Optic Nerve. Thank you, Optic Nerve. Steve Buscemi is half Italian. So, Minnesota, I guess, is now possibly trying to pass legislation to pay Uber and Lyft drivers like, I don't know, $20 an hour or some shit. I don't know what the wage is, but Lyft has said that they're going to leave the state as a result, and they've done this before. Forget about it. Oh, all right, here we go. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see how this goes with Rachel Maddow's sister telling us what's up.
Way to get to events like the game across the metro is to take an Uber or a Lyft. But those rideshare companies, doubled down this week saying they're going to leave the entire state of Minnesota if they are told they have to raise driver pay significantly. Don't believe it? Well, they have done it before. Jennifer Hoff spoke to the people of Austin, Texas about what led up to Uber and Lyft leaving that city in 2016.
At the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport.
So it happened in 2016 that they left Austin, Texas? I can guarantee you I know why they left Austin, Texas. They didn't leave Texas. They left that city. I wonder why.
Rideshare companies are as important as the planes themselves.
We need it, so it's very helpful.
Data shows drivers give more than 1 million rides every month across the Twin Cities. A reliable service, but one that now has an uncertain future.
How often do you catch Uber or Lyft? You want it to be there when you actually need it, like today, when I need it, and here's my Uber.
The two companies are threatening to leave Minnesota.
Like, I need it today, and here's my Uber. Well, buddy, are you from here? Do you vote? Because I got news for you. If you're kind of supporting Walls and a lot of the people, and yeah, this is the stuff they want. $20 an hour sucks. I don't know if when I was Ubering, I made $30 plus tips and mileage. What a deal! So like the $30 was like the fee you charged. You made $30 an hour, or are you just making that much money? The guy sounded a little bit like Woody Allen. All right. Now I got to go back because I didn't notice. The guy sounded like Woody Allen.
Now has an uncertain future.
How often do you catch Uber or Lyft? You want it to be there when you actually need it, like today, when I need it, and here's my Uber.
The two companies.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. I'm not good enough to do an impression. $20 an hour sucks. Again, that's weird.
Are threatening to leave Minnesota in July after the legislature just introduced a minimum wage bill for drivers.
Oh, my share of the ride
compromise
fee
after the Minneapolis
came to 30-ish an hour. So then, yeah. So then, what are people like? If I don't fucking do Lyft or Uber. I've got enough going on. I can't fit another side hustle in. So what would 20, that'd be a hit. Why wouldn't you just, again, I don't know why you wouldn't just keep the money you're making unless you're really not making enough, but
the city council already approved an ordinance to pay drivers $1.40, 13 cents more than the state's proposal.
It's a needed service. They need to find a balance.
Uber and Lyft maintain both wages will lead to fares too expensive for riders and the business unsustainable, potentially pulling out just like they did in Austin, Texas.
They've got a pretty clear track record of putting their money where their mouth is.
Brian Thornton is a former policy advisor for a council member there who
they've got a pretty clear track record of putting their money where their mouth is. And when we came for their money, they left. I can't get a ride to save my life. I had a hot date, and it was gonna go really, really well. The lady was just out of a difficult relationship. It seemed like a slam dunk. I just couldn't make it. And she was a cutie too.
Who, along with the city, could not come to a compromise with the companies 8 years ago over safety regulations, in particular an ordinance requiring drivers to be fingerprinted.
It's a pretty tough prospect to not have them, and so.
Oh yeah, go fuck yourself. You want to fingerprint all of your drivers? Oh boy, Uber's been losing money for years since they started turning losing money for years. They just started turning a profit recently. Oh, well, thank you for that information, Paul Diab. I didn't realize they just started turning a profit recently. I would assume that they, like, it's so big, and then Uber Eats, like, all of it. Like, really? Damn. Again, he seems really distraught over the not having Uber. Just like, oh, dude, Uber. Oh, no.
In particular, an ordinance requiring drivers to be fingerprinted.
Yeah,
it's a pretty tough prospect to not have them. And so, you know, as much as state and local regulators are interested in certain outcomes, the fact is when you lose companies like this, it's very devastating.
Thornton said several.
I mean, he does seem like he's actually. It's very devastating. Fanatical Bucks fan. I hope all these places go bust and everyone has to go pick up their own Starbucks. That is one that doesn't. Jolly Green Dickhead. Good pullout game. They've got amazing pullout game. Isn't that funny? The rideshare places pull out the minute you ask them if you got cab fare. They're like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go. Oh, sounds like the privileged baby's crying. It might be. As an Uber driver, they have pics of my driver's license, both sides, and I have to take periodic selfies to assure it's me. Yeah, there's enough that Uber's going to have to do to verify you as a person for giving you money.
Sheer 100. I want Amazon to be the only company left, TBH. Build an Amazon warehouse on every war zone. Let's go, Brandon.
I have to give the tip of my cap, metaphorically speaking, to Egg Picker for that. He paid 100 bits so it would read his statement, his joke, and then he paid channel points to give his joke a laugh track. That is, and the timing couldn't have been better. That is awesome. That is awesome. Today's a fun day. All righty. Laugh track hit perfectly, says Jolly Green Dickhead. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Is that a Twitch thing, says the Optic Nerve? Yeah, that's all. I try to include as much stuff from all the platforms as I can. Twitch lets us have sound drops and the stickers and things like that. Any of that stuff becomes available. We'll put them in other places. We're, what is it, somewhere around 60-some subscriptions to get super chats and stickers, and then we'll let people have super chats and stickers in the chat and the channel. Is Twitch free? Twitch is totally free. Twitch is totally free. You can subscribe to channels like mine if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. You get channel points to do things like the shart that you just heard and stuff like that just by watching. You don't have to spend money at all. Channel points are accrued just by being here. Ways that people can participate in some of the silliness of the show without spending money, because I'm not about getting money every time I do something, because I don't want to be that guy. Okay, I'm going to check it out. It's so-so. It's got its ups and downs. They all have their pluses and minuses. Rumble's growing on me a lot. It's kind of like teachers complaining for more pay. Gay. Seems like the less people actually work, the more they want to be paid. It's kind of crazy. And that's the other thing too. Wasn't the fucking Lyft thing? Wasn't that whole thing like it's your side hustle? You pick it up in your spare time, just to, while you're out doing stuff. You're like, I got some time. I'll pick up a couple of rides. I'll do some rideshare stuff. That's the way all these things started. What was it? Airbnb was supposed to be a way to rent out a little extra space in your home for once in a while or something. And then it became this thing where people bought houses, rented them out as Airbnbs, and now it's like, it's supplementing the hotel industry. Like, why do we need to supplement it? And how many people actually own these houses versus like BlackRock corporations that are renting these homes out? So it's whatever. But yeah, I don't get why you need more money for this. It was supposed to be a side gig. But Austin, Texas, not doing well with losing Lyft and Uber.
Several new rideshare apps followed, but they were unreliable, making it impossible to get rides, leading then to a black market.
We had people taking random rides from Craigslist, or even just people pulling.
Really? All right, I get needing to get somewhere, but Craigslist? And if you're telling me people are pulling up and asking if someone needs a lift or a ride, you don't get in that car.
You know, people would pull up to bars and offer rides. It had an unintended consequence that was the exact opposite of what our stated public policy goal was.
It only took 2 days for Uber and Lyft to leave once it was decided, hitting the tech-savvy, nightlife-loving city especially hard, along with others in California and New York, where at one point they had also left.
The usage of these apps is more embedded now in the markets, and so I hope it doesn't go that way for y'all.
I hope it doesn't go that way for y'all. Oh, it's gonna, because the people here are more than stupid enough to insist that we get more money for Lyft drivers, and so it's gonna.
An issue with very different opinions, but one that could have similar results.
Be it here, LA, or Alaska, it's the same thing. Catch the bus? No.
In the end, Uber and Lyft eventually returned to Austin a year later, but only after the legislature overturned that controversial fingerprinting ordinance and enacted new regulations for rideshare companies. Only time will tell if a compromise can be reached here.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're going to have to leave first. Oh, we don't need it. Minnesota, we don't need it. Yeah, yep. Good luck with that, homie. Oh, and Optic Nerve, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you have a free Twitch Prime subscription that you can give out to anybody, like a regular subscription. It's super duper awesome. Black markets matter. Oh, boy. So, yeah, that dude, they got it back a year later, and he still sounds trigger shy about the whole, like, we put this legislation in place, and we felt super duper awesome. Boy, did we eat our dicks and balls on that one. Oh, boy. So, all right, let's cover this one quick. This is the one we were talking about earlier, and I want to know exactly how we're going to need to ban gas stoves because of cooking emissions. So let's find this out. This is the study from, and again, it's totally believable because it's a U.S. government study. You know, the current government that's got this war against anything non-electric in the appliance area, and kind of is using the Department of Justice as its own personal kind of hit squad to go after Trump. Yeah, that government, don't worry, this is totally not like a deep state control thing, is now saying, by the way, a quarter of all urban air pollution is from cooking. Well, if they'd stop grilling that barbecue chicken, I don't even know who you are, but you know what? We're gonna mute you. Oh, wait, no, that's muted user. I wanted to mute this user. Mute user forever. John Smith. One of the smithiest Smiths there ever was. All right, so again, government study. Amazon, not Amazon, fuck you, Johnny. Urban people, apparently 25% of their air pollution is from cooking. So a new study from the National Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration, or NOAA, is saying that cooking is causing air pollution. What we are looking at from cooking are primarily oxygenated VOCs, or volatile organic compounds, says Matt Kogan, a research chemist at CSL and lead author of the study. These are quite reactive in the air, so we expect they'll be important for air quality. VOCs in the air react with nitrogen oxides and light to form tropospheric ozone. Some VOCs are considered greenhouse gases. But what's causing the VOCs? The study was performed in Las Vegas and found that on average 21% of the total mass of human-caused VOCs present in Las Vegas outdoor air were from cooking activities. Again, what's causing the VOCs? Need to at least cook my bugs. Yeah, Dear Butch is right. How the fuck am I going to eat my bug? I'm not eating my bugs raw, man. I need my bugs with a little bit of olive oil, a sprinkle of salt, maybe a dash of cayenne pepper, just to kind of fire it up a notch. Bam. Yeah, Emerald, I stole your slogan. How do you isolate cooking activities? That is the other part, and thank you for bringing that up, Bobby Blana. How do you guys know it's the cooking activities? So you're telling me, like, you can tell exactly where the smoke came from? Like, this is from cooking, that's from a cigarette? Okay. Righty. Oh, and this is out of Las Vegas, which apparently has the most restaurants, one of the most restaurants on the planet, 666. There's a scary number. 666 restaurants per 100,000 residents. Oh, boy. Okay, cooking emissions could be the single largest source of urban VOCs in current air quality models, which would have important ramifications for air quality management. Again, I don't know how do you quantify what is cooking exhaust? What the hell are you talking about? So you're saying my steak is killing me? I'm making ozone when I cook my steak? It's just all the one world government BS. Yeah, it kind of is. What's the name of your Twitch channel? Everything is Just Kidding LLC. If you look up Just Kidding LLC, you should be able to find it. Just Kidding LLC. Here, we'll grab the Twitch link. Control C and Control V. There you go. Now you can have fun on Twitch. Alrighty, that is ridiculous. So, cooking the steaks, because again, I'm not eating raw bugs, man. I'm not eating raw bugs. And you picked the one place in the country with the most restaurants per capita. I mean, I'm not saying your survey is skewed, but it ain't straight. That's for sure. Fanatical Bucks tag. I almost said Bucks tag. Fanatical Bucks fan saying hashtag YouTube. Or hashtag fuck YouTube. God, I can't read today. It's almost like that fever thing is a problem. We'll check my temperature after this. Your steak is going to be filled with mRNA shit. So yeah, your steak is killing you. Fair point. I got to start growing my own cows. Look, I'm not even saying you're wrong on that one, Master Meatball. Here's where I land on that. I can't stop eating steak. I'm addicted to the shit. And I can't grow my own cows. So I really hope you're wrong. Because otherwise, yeah, I'm fucked. I am fucked. Alrighty. Ay, Chihuahua. That was aggressive. Thank you, Angry Saxon. Fanatical Bucks fan. We cook sea bugs. You eat sea bugs. Well, but again, how does the cooking lead to, like, again, you need to, they just say that the cooking leads to these chemicals being in the air. They don't say how they prove it's the cooking doing it, or what about the cooking is making the chemicals. Is it because they're using natural gas? What about it is... Because I've worked in a kitchen. They use natural gas. So you're saying the natural gas is creating these ozone chemicals. Weird. Deb saying, I'm eating a steak right now, cooked on the grill. Well, congrats to you and the optic nerve. I'm over here now. Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. Let's go over here and actually no, this is another technically food story. We have to cover this one too. Apparently it's come out that a survey has come out that obese Brits put the whole country in the slow lane. Fat staff are twice as likely to take sick time off or take time off sick and are seriously hampering economic growth, the report finds. Oh, I was hoping there was a video on this. I really wanted to go into how being fat as a workforce is a problem. Because in America, oof. So, yeah, this is way too long. But basically, they're saying if you have a fat workforce, they're just going to call in sick. But sausage rolls, says Bobby Bologna. My stoves are propane, but almost the same thing. CO2 is good for plants, so I don't understand their argument. Yeah, CO2 is good for plants, and I, again, don't get where these chemicals are being, like, again, these volatile organic compounds are being created when we're cooking. You're going to have to tell me what's creating them. Like, you're going to have to say, oh, the carbon chains that are breaking down in the gas creates these. Yeah, I need to hear how this is becoming a thing, because I don't believe you. It's just way too convenient. And you're just way too sure about how much of the smoke pollution is of this type that I still don't understand how it happens in general. You know exactly what percentage of it is from the cooking specifically. Can we limit it to restaurant? Can you tell me which smoke comes from like Burger King or McDonald's? Because I have a question. Which smells better when you catch like a whiff of it? Like when you're out and about and you catch like a whiff of fast food? Because you can usually smell fast food restaurants. I live near a Burger King. Oh my fucking God, when that fucking flame-broiled Whopper smell just kind of wafts over my face, I want a goddamn fucking charcoal cooked burger. Like a motherfucker. And if you're telling me that shit's killing me, I don't want to live. All right, last story of the second hour coming to a close here. We're wrapping it up beautifully today. Thank you for being part of the show. We've got, again, an hour and a half left in the program. We've got our third hour stories. We've got a bunch of overtime stuff to get to. And we're going to talk about this one quick and then open up those third hour stories. Amazon workers are using bots to claim limited supply of time off. So, and I've been sounding the alarm on this, like that the Amazon bots are, oh no, I have to sign up for a fucking thing to your website. Well, now I don't want to. It's a newsletter, and you want me to sign up to... That's not fair. We'll Google this and see if we can find it in a different way. Otherwise, I'll let it go. I'm not terribly stuck on this. But the idea that they have to use the bots to get their time off is hilarious. Because, again, the bots were going to take their jobs, guys. They were going to lose their jobs to the bots. And now they're like, God damn it, give us the bots. Because we need the fucking bots. Here we go. Medium. Nope. You're not going to do it. All you guys want to cover this story, but I have to, screw it. BK smells good. It's the taste that's the problem. I'm like, here's where I land on Burger King. It literally, for me, it depends on the meal. I've had good Burger King and I've had horrible Burger King. Like, I've had really good Burger King and I've had really, really bad Burger King. It's gone both ways. And from the same place, even. So, I kind of go Burger King once in a blue moon. And if it goes bad, then that period extends for a while. Oh. Bobby Bologna, I think, talk about the other story. It's just a market. Sell the crisis and the solution, blah, blah. Right? Yeah, the crisis is this problem, and the solution is, again, let's all go get electric cooktops and stuff. And don't get me wrong, convection cooktops are awesome. You can replace like stovetops with convection cooktops. You can totally do that. You cannot replace like a gas fire oven with electric. You can't do it. Get burgers at BK if you want. Fries, get them somewhere else. See, that's another thing. I do like the fries at Burger King. Does that make me shit? I'm a bigger fan of the onion rings, but yeah, I do like the fries at Burger. The thing I don't like about the McDonald's fries is they're refried fries, and they're just kind of, they fry them once, and then they fry them again. They're par-baked, as some would say, and they finish them off, and that's why they have that extra, whatever, mushy inside and extra crispy outside, and it's, I don't know, just not for me, I guess. I don't mind McDonald's fries, but I think that's the salt that gets to you. So let's clear that out. That is our second hour stories. Did we get... All right, yeah, we got everything from the first hour and the second hour done. So let's boot that out of here. You get more fries at McDonald's, says Jolly Green Dickhead. I have never weighed it out, so I don't know. You could be right about that. I also haven't eaten at McDonald's or Burger King in a long time. Now that I'm trying to think of it, old McDonald's fries were the best when they were fried in animal fat. But now the fat animals just work there. No, did they really fry them in animal fat? You know what I just don't like, I worry about when we live in a day and age where we have to worry about, gutter grease. When we have to worry about gutter grease, then we're in trouble. Gutter grease be the problem. Princeton ends hunger strike. Let's go to that. Oh boy, that one's going to be fun too. Oh boy. Oh boy. So we're going to talk about Princeton. A bunch of people in Princeton were very, very upset about what were they protesting? Oh, they were protesting for Palestine. They were protesting for Palestine. They decided to do a hunger strike. So we're going to check on how that hunger strike is going. We've got some clips from the Jerry Seinfeld commencement thing that I think will be interesting. So we'll go through those. We've got there's a show that Kirk Cameron's trying to launch, a kids show. So that'll be interesting. We'll watch the trailer for that and see how it goes. Then we also have a video of skydivers flying through iconic bridge in London. Yeah, dude, why this is supposed to be a picture or a video. This is not a video. Oh, okay. There's ads, and that's why. That's why. There's a stupid ad. Okay, so we can do that later. Bison burgers rock, but you have to get the burger and grill them yourself. Yeah, dude, bison meat's some pretty baller shit. I'm gonna be honest. Bison and buffalo burger meat. Oh boy. I've had me some bison. I'm gonna tell you, those fuckers are goddamn delicious. That's the stupidest thing about all the bison they'd murder just to take the skins. They were so worth eating. Jesus, man. I heard Bill Gates owns potato farms McDonald's gets their taters from. If Bill Gates owns the potato farms that McDonald's gets their potatoes from, we're all fucked. It's too lean, says Fanatical Bucks fan. I like, but in a burger? Is that bad? I don't know. I ask you. Who knows? The Shadow knows. We have an hour and a half left in the program. And speaking of meat being too lean, Princeton students end their hunger strike after... Does anyone want to guess how long the hunger strike in Princeton lasted? We'll see if anyone has any ideas how long ye old hunger strike of Princeton went. Spoiler alert, not wrong. 2 days, says Head of Broccoli. No longer than that. Since breakfast. 18 hours, 3 days. Jack in the Box curly fries are always the best. I've never had Jack in the Box. I think I've had Five Guys sandwiches or whatever. I know I've had Freddy's. Freddy's custard is pretty baller. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've had the Five Guys one's kind of bugging me now. All right. Business Insider. Ooh, we've got information on Bill Gates having McDonald's French fries, carrots, onions, all foods come Bill. Ooh. McDonald's French fries, carrots, onions, all of the foods that come from Bill Gates' farmland. Well, ain't that interesting? They own the soil where the potatoes in McDonald's French fries grow, the carrots from the world's largest producer, and the onions that Americans saute every night for dinner. Bill and Melinda Gates. And deeply investing in American agriculture. In less than a decade, have accumulated more than 269,000 acres of farmland across 18 states, more than the entire acreage of New York City. The farmland was purchased through constellation of companies that all link back to the couple's investment group based in Kirkland, Washington. Oh, boy. So does he own the Kirkland company that does, like, a lot of different shit? If I were the cops, I would tell food trucks to drive by constantly. Tell BK to aim their stove vents towards the protests. Oh. Freddy's fries are awesome. I do like Freddy's. Kirkland is Costco. Right, it's Costco, but does Bill have his dick in that? You know what? Like, I am tinfoil fat conspiracy theory. I am really, really, really scared for the whole food chain stuff with everything we've gone through. People are like, oh man, we don't want to eat the bugs. I'm like, I'm not even concerned about the bugs. I don't know, is it the bug? I'm just, what is in the food? I don't trust the food anymore. Oh. Fuck this guy. I agree. Diller Don, as Hawk Friedman said, fuck this guy. There you go. For you, Hawk Friedman. Fanatical Bucks fan saying, I like money. Well, we all do. Oh my God, guys. I just got all bricked up from seeing Nancy Pelosi. Big grandma milkers. Okay. That would reset me on a level that is scary. And Bill Gates talks about his call to action to save the planet. I have a problem. We'll play this clip for a little bit. I have a problem with anyone who's like, I have a call to action to save the planet. You're not a fucking superhero, okay? Like, no offense, you made some pretty good computer software, but call to action to save the planet seems a bit rich, just a bit.
Co-founder Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world. He and his wife, Melinda, have spent years working to improve health conditions around the world and eliminate poverty.
Well, now Gates is turning his focus to
Hey, aren't these two the ones that were banging? Or am I wrong?
Climate change, and he's out with a new book. It's called How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, the solutions we have and the breakthroughs we need. And Mr. Roker had the chance to talk to Bill Gates yesterday about his call for action and his call for innovation.
And weather in your neck of the woods.
Things happen. You build a movement around a dream, and this dream is getting all the way to zero. We can do it.
Bill Gates is talking about saving the planet, being emissions-free in 30 years.
Plain and simple, if we don't act now, what's at stake here?
The south of the United States will no longer be used for farming or, have days that you can't go outdoors. The sea level rise,
I've been hearing this since I was in school. You know the sea level was supposed to drown us by now. You guys keep flubbing these numbers. The sea level's supposed to rise, but we have record droughts. Hawk Freeman, hammer time. Indeed. Al Roker is on the not to be trusted list as well. Oh, we didn't get to the, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care about this. This climate disaster stuff again. Sea level rise, all of that. You've been saying it for a while, so there we go. And someone else reminding me we didn't get to the Princeton thing. So the Princeton students ended their hunger strike after 10 days. 10 days. Citing, quote, health concerns and requesting, or not requesting, and then stating they plan to implement and I'm not making this up. They're implementing a rotary hunger strike schedule. So they're going to go on a hunger strike, but only like maybe a couple days at a time. We don't want to push it too hard. Oh, my God. Princeton, Gaza Solidarity Encampment update. Due to health concerns of the 13 strikers who fasted for 9 days, the first hunger strike wave ended, and the second wave has begun. In the tradition of rotary hunger strikes, 7 new strikers are indefinitely fasting for a free Palestine. No, they're not. They're not indefinitely fasting. They're fasting for a minute. They're fasting for a minute. Here's their post. Oh, my God. Here's the post. Here's the post. Princeton, Gaza Solidarity Encampment update. Again, I read all of this. 13 strikers who fasted for 10 days. The first hunger strike wave has ended, and the second wave has begun. It has begun. Are you guys, like, can we start seeing who can last longer? Jolly Green Dickhead. Palestine isn't worth that much. It's also incredibly, no offense, it's incredibly generic. You can just drink water and stuff, fasting for 10 days, while certainly something a lot of people might not be used to. Definitely not like, oh my God. And if you really care that much about doing this for Palestine, don't sign up for a hunger strike if you're gonna bow down and eat, man. What the fuck? It's called intermittent fasting. Right? They're only doing it long enough to get into beach season. That's all it is. Because summer's right around the corner, so we're going to support a free Palestine and get into that tight two-piece. Alrighty, so the second round of people are gonna start striking. We are starving. We are physically exhausted. I'm quite literally shaking right now, as you can see. We are both cold and hot at the same time. We are all immunocompromised. Right. You're doing a hunger strike. That is what happens when you do a hunger strike. Oh, God, they have a video.
This is absolutely unfair. My peers and I, we are starving. We are physically exhausted. I am quite literally shaking right now as you...
Yeah, you're shaking right now because you need to wear a mask lest you breathe in air that hurts you. Speaking as someone who is immunocompromised, get off my side. You're embarrassing me. I literally have more of a backbone than you, and I almost can't stand. Jesus Christ. I'm literally shaking right now. And no offense, but we have a bullhorn into a bullhorn, so you're so emaciated, you need 2 bullhorns to get your voice to be heard. What? Bullhorn into a bullhorn. So we have the bearded lady holding the first bullhorn, and then we have the muffin top lady holding the second bullhorn. By the way, this is not a good message. This is not a good message for starving. This is not a good message for starving. This lady, like, don't get me wrong, she's definitely lacking in the up top department, but she certainly seems like she's not lacking in the down low department. All right, this fupa here got some room to move. This is what Minnesota calls an emergency food supply. All right, this is what you call a lady with a little extra packaging. You know what I mean? This is a lady who is not morally speaking, but I'm saying physically soft. Like this is what you call a beanbag bottom. Like this is not starving. That's probably starving, but also looks like that has a dick in this shot. So I mean, that doesn't look like it has a dick.
You can see we are both cold and hot at the same time. We are all immunocompromised. And based on the university's meeting yesterday with some of our bargaining team, they would love to continue physically weakening us because they can't stand to say no to unjust murder.
How much of this is you publicly getting an excuse to go eat? Again, as soon as this was done, how many of you just went and got some food? So it's murder until you're hungry enough. as who was it? John Doe said in our chat earlier, like a 9/11's worth of children have died. How can you, fighting for this cause, go in good conscience and have a delicious bacon cheeseburger with fries and a nice cold beverage, maybe a pickle to help go down, or maybe you want a salad. You look like you eat a salad. She's gonna have the steak. She's gonna have the steak with all the fixins. You look like you're gonna have a salad. Oh, let's applaud ourselves. We said we'd do a hunger strike, and we're backing down to go eat while the backup team comes in and starves. She's packing a pickle, says Bobby Bologna. It does kind of look like it. It does kind of look like it. Out of all the three people here, the most of a cock impression I'm seeing in all these is from her. Again, this guy, do you even want to be there? You look so like you're doing this just to get in her pants. Because, again, like, I have an opinion. You're wearing the cafe or whatever it's called. All of you guys throwing one of these on because all of a sudden you're cool with it. Oh, boy. Oh, that'll help Palestine.
I will say I truly do not feel like I'm doing anything special. This is my choice.
I don't feel like I'm doing anything special, but I needed to record this and have two people use bullhorns so I could tell everyone that this is my choice. And if you didn't feel like you were doing anything special, then why do you need to tell us about it? Bobby Bologna, haha, the Palestinians are just a fashion statement. Dude, you need a better example of protesting for Palestine being a trend 10 days into their hunger strike, and they have to quit because they're hungry. But their demands aren't met, so they're going to sit in another group of people who can sit there and starve themselves for a few days until their demands are met. If you guys pull out every time you get too hungry and you just put in another group of people, why would the college give in to you? Because, again, you're just going to switch them out in a week. Ooh. It turns out another 7 hungry cunts have left the movement, and the first 13 are back. They have swapped back out to the A team. We can expect another 10 days of people proudly drinking water for their cause. I don't know if you know this or not, but if people are starving in Palestine and Gaza, they don't get to stop their hunger strike. People died trying to get food out of the water because of hunger problems. So, and I'm not on one side or another, but when I see some privileged assholes go, we're going to hunger strike for Palestine because, ooh, so wrong, and then they give up after 10 days because, ooh, we're too hungry. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, the idea of a hunger strike is that it gets worse and worse day by day. It's a progression. Right. The idea is you're going to wait them out, and your bet is that you will go until you are an emaciated skeleton who dies of malnutrition. If you give up after 10 days to go get yourself a sandwich, it defeats the whole point.
And I would not spend my birthday doing anything other than being here and standing in solidarity with you all.
But I really, really need to go get a piece of cake. After all, it is my birthday, so 7 other people are going to come here, and I don't want to brag about this part, but it's my birthday. Shots, 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 shots. It's your birthday. What relevance does that have to any of this? How much more do you need to make this about you? It's your birthday. You're super duper hungry. Yeah, you said you don't agree with this stuff in Palestine and you were going to do a hunger strike to fight it. So fight it. Fight it.
Standing in solidarity with our siblings and innocent people in Gaza.
Again, why are you guys circle jerking yourselves off with cheering and applause? The bad stuff in Palestine and Gaza hasn't stopped. In fact, it's escalating. They're not listening to President Joe Biden, let alone a bunch of fucking paper-thin assholes who will fall on their fucking saber in a second if it's for Palestine. But the minute they have to starve themselves for more than a week, they've got to go, oh, never mind, we got to switch out, guys, because it's affecting our health. Again, your movement has no... That thing in the middle hasn't moved at all. It just scares me. Like I said, dude, this guy seems like he totally doesn't want to be here, but he's trying to slide into her DMs. He'll take that if he has to, because Gavin Rossdale's female counterpart is not really, A-game material, but any port in a storm. Unless, of course, he's trying to plow that guy, which you never know. Yeah, you really do look like Gavin Rossdale. And I walk from my protest. And I walk from my protest. Yeah. And I eat a bag of chips. And I eat a bag of chips. Yeah. No matter how physically weak we may be, we are all going to Subway after this. And don't worry, we're incredibly physically weak, but not so much that we can't pat ourselves on the back for 10 whole days of not eating to fight injustice and atrocities. Again, 10 whole days. The hunger strike goes strong, but we're switching out the teams because, again, I guess you can do that now in a hunger strike. When people go on a hunger strike, they're allowed to leave when they get hungry. 420. Oh, I missed 420. Oh, no. Jolly Green Dickhead, leave Gavin out of this. He doesn't deserve this shit. Oh, Dave Sillard. Oh, no. Forever. Those ad bots are so annoying. That's one problem with Rumble. Annoying ad bots. Okay, so again, you might be tired, you might be emaciated, but not so much that you won't all take a victory lap for having not eaten for just 10 days, for Palestine. You gave up after 10 days. You've been defeated. I'm sorry. The people united will never be defeated. If you have to swap out your hunger strike team, you've lost. Sorry. You lost. This is so hilarious. The people united will never be defeated. Now we're all going to a restaurant, so please be seated. This is worse than George W. Bush claiming mission accomplished with the big banner on the aircraft carrier. This is worse than that. You're literally bragging about what you've done, which is nothing, and what you've accomplished, which is nothing, and you're going to continue fighting this fight by, again, not sticking to your principles whatsoever. Good luck with that. She has no torso. She hasn't eaten, Jolly Green Dickhead. She's shrinking from the middle. She used to be as tall as the fat one, but now she's just nothing left. Nothing left. Her body has been digesting her spine and her guts this entire time. The people united will all meet at IHOP. Thank you, John Doe. Yeah, we're all gonna meet at IHOP. We're gonna meet at IHOP and go through some loaded fucking French toast and pancakes. Because why not? Why not? We'll have a good time. And then after that, we'll go right back to hunger striking. Ma'am, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's horrible to do for your metabolism. See, right now, your body's in what's called conservation mode. it doesn't have any nutrients. It doesn't have any supply, any intake. So it's been taking muscle mass and fat and everything it's got just to keep the fucking fires burning, right? And you're about to feed it. But what your body's going to do is it's going to use some of that right away. And it's going to squirrel the rest of it away like a fucking meth squirrel because it knows that you're going to fucking give it more shit. So you, unfortunately, are going to be fatter by the end of this than you want to be. Let's see how far you hold to your beliefs when you have to upgrade a mask size. And he starts looking to the left more than the right. Again, this chant means a lot if you don't end your hunger strike prematurely. Helgi, how's the air quality where you're at with the Canadian wildfire? I have not been outside today, as horrible as that sounds to say. Jesus. I haven't had a chance to get outside today. I had laundry and stuff to do when I was done, and I prepped a show and did a show. I made a new thumbnail thing because the other one I felt was too cluttered, so I made a new thumbnail, but because I put Steve Buscemi got sucker punched, I had to redo the show intro real quick, and I forgot to put the thumbnail in, so I feel like a dick for that. You know what? The people united will never be divided. Again, you guys forgot that you're canceling your hunger strike. I don't care if you're setting a second team in. If you go and eat food, you are canceling your hunger strike. And you've been patting yourself on the back the whole time. We tried so hard, and we're seriously starving. Yeah. Sandy Squatch saying air quality was worse yesterday. I didn't get out yesterday either. I'm going to be honest, the news I got yesterday from a family member, that's part of the reason I didn't do a show yesterday afternoon. I took a break on Sunday because, just the family member's going through some shit and it sucks. And I just didn't feel like doing a show. And I was completely burnt out from DJing, which this week I'm definitely not doing a Sunday show because after I'm done Saturday evening, I'm passing out. Passing out hard. The only reason I made it through last Saturday was because of Gilberto's burritos. Gilberto's burritos are goddamn fucking medicine pill, and I love them. All right, so they're making me hungry because I know they're just going to eat. This is the best part. This should be followed by if I were the cameraman filming this, I would film this and then I would follow them to where they went to eat, and then I would film them eating. And I would just again play, the people united will never be defeated, but their food has been served, so now they are seated. I walk away from my protest. Oh, wait a minute. What would we call that? Glycerine would be. Fuck it. I was gonna do glycerine, but I can't fit it in. They tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. The guy in the middle is such a dweeb. Yes, he's totally a dweeb. Like I said, I don't believe for a second that he's fighting for a belief. And maybe this is because I'm a piece of shit, and his fucking chin fur is reminding me of me if I'm chubby. Like, he's got to be in it for her, right? He's got to be in it for her. And I don't want to come back down from this hunger strike. It's taken me so long to find a place where I am starving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gavin Rosdale's lookalike is getting to me. Oh, it's the end. Thank God. Thank God. Oh. These bitches need to crank up the Temple of the Dog and start stripping. Yeah, I think you might get more action for your cause there. But again, they're not going to They're not going to be able to do that. They have to go eat first so they can get back to their hunger strike. The people united are going to Dave & Buster's. Where adults rule. They're no Occupy Wall Street. Well, at least Occupy Wall Street wasn't stupid enough to go on a hunger strike. That's a no-win situation. You have to suffer through that, and you've got to be committed. And again, none of these people apparently are after 10 days in. Is it 10 days or 2 days? Now someone's saying 2 days. 10 days, yeah. The strike has already shown signs of waning when on day 2, students reported. Oh, when on day 2. Oh my God, that was day 2. That was day 2. That's even worse. Holy shit. So I take back, I am sorry, protesters. I take back all that I said about you, about your movement, getting the wind sucked out of it, for doing that, patting yourself. You were patting yourself on the back before you caved like a bitch. And then where is the, put a do-rag on, Johnny? I don't have one. And quite frankly, I don't want to put one on. I have more hair than a lot of the people I do shows with, and I like to brag. I don't have much, as we all are well aware. But I have that. I have luscious locks provided to me by copious amounts of steroids. If I were to walk naked, it would be an accomplishment because I was walking. But I'd also be accused of being a Sasquatch. Probably get shot like one, too. We finally found one. Pecker's a little small, though. All right. So let's get to damn sexy curls. I mean, they're not really curls so much as my hair gets all frizzy. It gets frizzy because I sweat when I walk because it's just so fun. All right. So yes. 2 days in. That video we were playing was 2 days in. Can I see the video post of what we had for our video 10 days in when we switched to a rotary schedule? Guys, we're going to a rotary schedule. It's going to be great. The participation trophy generation, absolutely, Redmond, because again, they gave up 10 days in, and now they're switching out with 7 other people. Landers, God, these colleges probably smell like old tuna and Nag Champa incense. I have no idea what that smells like, but it's probably bad. Johnny, you should get cornrows. I don't think I could rock cornrows. I've seen white people with cornrows, and I am not one of them. I am not. That would not look good. Variety of reasons. One, I have an incredibly misshapen head. This thing's dented in places. I've taken some hits, and so yeah, I don't think I want to accentuate that. This fur helmet is a nice buffer to let people realize, oh no, he's retarded, and that head is misshapen. So this rounds it out very nicely, very, very nicely. I don't want to give that up. And then if I could do that, then what am I, just rubbing it in Aaron's face? I'm already enough of a dick for him anyway. We don't need to do that. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. I can't count now. I'm retarded. Newsflash. 5 stories left. Jesus Christ. We have 5 stories left and an hour to go on the show. Huh. So yes, 2 days of a hunger strike, and that was the video they released. 2 days of a hunger strike. They had a whole week left in them. You know they were drinking water like crazy. I like that scent. Nag Champa, says Sandy Squash. I don't know what it is. I have never smelt it. So yeah, I don't know what Nag Champa is. But yes, 2 days of a hunger strike. And if that was where they're at 2 days in, yeah, I'm not surprised that by day 10, they're like, and rotary schedule. We need to have announcers calling this like a sports game. And now the starting field is switching out for the second line. The second line taking the field much faster than the first line leaving. Obviously, all of them emaciated. They haven't been eating. They've been surviving on huffing their own farts and drinking copious amounts of water. Again, none of them eating. I guarantee you some of them were sneaking food. I guarantee you. Somebody got a package of Oreos or something, like one of those little small snack packs, and they had a cookie a day for like 3 days. And then they were out. And then they fell out. Nag Champa is the smell of hippies and BO. Are you trying to make me puke? I mean, because, like, dude, man. Game over. Oh, wrong button. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have that to that and do something differently. Where's that? Because again, that's
He's gotta puke! He's gotta puke!
Oh, good God. Thank you, Kane J. Okay, so we have a couple more things going. This one's fun for me. I'm someone who's kind of up and down on, well, I won't say up and down, was up and down, now pretty firmly down on Fareed Zakaria, because I don't really care for him anymore. But for a while, I used to find him entertaining. We're going to watch Fareed Zakaria review Joe Biden's latest poll numbers. And the reason we're going to do that is because he's not doing well. And I'm guessing Fareed Zakaria, because of how I found this clip, I don't think is going to take it well. Aaron should do a protest for not eating to win April back. I don't know if you got the gist of this morning, but it kind of sounds like there's no going back. I don't know what's going on specifically. I knew April was leaving the show. I knew I hadn't seen her around, and I'm going to be honest. Kind of thought, yeah, weird. A lot of laundry. A lot of stuff to do around here. Yeah. Doesn't look good. But hey, man, I don't think he doesn't seem beat up about it. So No. That's patchouli oil. See, now we're going to have an argument. Is it fucking I almost said Nag Champa. I almost added an A. That would have been bad. All right, let's go before I make a stupid mistake. Let's go. Let's see Fareed Zakaria talking about Biden's latest poll numbers. So either A, you're going to be honest, or B, you're going to spin it and it's going to hurt. Or C, it's my birthday and you're going to do both, because that will be hilarious. Go.
When President Biden made clear he was going to run for re-election, I had a sense of what his election strategy was and thought it was an intelligent path to victory. After the chaos of COVID.
I'm sorry, let's do this. I'm sorry, 13 seconds in and you said you're mentally handicapped? What?
When President Biden made clear he was going to run for re-election, I had a sense of what his election strategy was and thought it was an intelligent path to victory.
Dude, you're a doctor. Like really? I don't know if you know this or not, but using the criminal justice department to persecute your main opponent apparently stealing an election in the first place, and then sandbagging the American economy for 4 years while you're in office. You thought running on all of that it'd be how long did you go to school? I'll be honest, and this is coming from me because I know you look like you're about to cry, buddy. What's killing you?
After the chaos of COVID and Trump, Joe Biden would stand for normal.
The chaos of COVID and Trump. Again, the chaos of COVID was caused by assholes like you overstating matters. The chaos of... Now I'm mad. Go fuck yourself. The chaos of COVID? You mean the chaos you caused? The chaos you and a lot of Democrat people and a lot of, well, just go along to get along, caused. Donald Trump didn't want a lockdown. Donald Trump didn't want to keep the lockdowns. Donald Trump didn't want to do mandates. Again, those were people like you who said that if people didn't do those things, they were putting lives at risk. Don't put that on Donald Trump's doorstep. That belongs on yours and Biden's. Sorry. He did do the vaccine, but again, he also was trying to open the country. I feel like he wasn't going to be allowed to do that with it, but either way, the vaccine is his blunder. The rest of it's on you.
Normalcy and a rising tide of good economic news. Donald Trump would divide Republicans with...
Toastmaster saying Donald Trump presided over the lockdowns, also the vaccine project. Right, but the lockdowns weren't... Like, no offense, lockdowns, if Donald Trump forced places to be open, lockdowns would still have been in existence in like my state, Minnesota. Florida opened up as soon as they could. I don't put the lockdowns on Donald Trump, and I don't put the COVID reaction on Donald Trump. I put the COVID vaccine warp speed program on Donald Trump, because he could have done something about that. Getting Fauci out, he could have done something about that. But the lockdowns were mostly state level, and places that didn't want to do them didn't do them. Like North Dakota and Florida. That's about it. Everywhere else wasn't free. And yeah, in Minnesota, we bent over like a fucking bitch. Took it right up the old shit cutter. It's not good. South Dakota never locked down. So again, is it your birthday? I'm only asking because it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Optic Nerve. No, it is not my birthday. It is not my birthday. My birthday is November 2nd, which means on the worst of years, it's on Election Day, which fucking sucks. I've hated every year my birthday's on Election Day, but I really think it's only, actually now that I say that, I think it's actually only been like 2 or 3 times that it was on my birthday. Yeah. So maybe I'm overstating. Anyways, but yeah, so again, the craziness of Donald Trump. I don't know if you know this or not, Fareed. A lot of us would rather have the craziness of Donald Trump for the America we lived in then than the Is it not crazy that we currently have a president who I think pooped his pants on his way from Marine 1? He dropped a Marine 2? Look, I feel, and I'll say this before anyone, oh, you're a Trump dick sucker. No, I'll feel the same way. If I feel like Donald Trump is like, well, it's the greatest Actually, I'm told we have a clip. I have to pull it up though. I'm told we have a clip of Donald Trump. Donald Trump apparently all right. We have a clip of Donald Trump apparently Oh, nope. Don't do it with audio. All right, so we have a clip of Donald Trump. Apparently, we go to this. Apparently, I'm wrong. Donald Trump has apparently crapped his pants. I take you now to apparently, and it was filmed. It was filmed. Huh.
Ever. You're... Fired.
Oh, I love that. He craps his pants like it's an orgasm. It's just funny. It's just funny. That's more jizz. No, the whole bit was that he's a baby, and so he's shitting his pants, but he does it like he's coming. It's an incredibly gross and hilarious, awesome thing. I guess that I should put that in a little clearer. Here, we'll replay it again. If you can't tell, see, he's a midget. He's a baby, and they're making fun of Donald Trump by saying Donald Trump's not even a giant, but Donald Trump's a baby. And so this is him saying you're fired.
You're fired.
Again, and it sounds like one, but it's, yeah. DT has never fallen over that we know of. Again, like I said, the saying that we need a return to normalcy with Biden. Biden was not a return to normalcy. In fact, Biden has presided over 4 years of what I would say the most unnormal 4 years we've had. We've had constant issues with supply chains, we've had issues with inflation. Money doesn't go as far as it used to. Jobs are harder to get. I mean, I'm sorry, homie. Normals. Have you seen the protests that happen all over the country lately? They're blocking roads and bridges. Yeah, the normalcy before Trump. Glad we got back to that with Biden.
Significant chunks of the party wishing that someone like Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis would.
Okay, now I know you're high on crack. Nobody outside of the CIA wanted Nikki Haley. Nobody. Significant chunks of the party wanted Ron DeSantis until he shit the bed. Nobody wanted Nikki Haley.
Would be their nominee. Meanwhile, Trump would unite and motivate Democrats, allowing President Biden to focus on the votes of independents and swing states who threw the Electoral College to Trump in 2016.
Yeah, we can't have that, so we better import a bunch of people to vote for him. Okay, so again, well, don't worry. It's going to be really hard for Mikey Two Milks jumping up in the chat. I'm going to be, and I said this earlier because I misspoke before, I'm going to be on Mikey Two Milks' wonderful program this May 20th. I will be on Mikey's show. Very much looking forward to that. Curating my list and checking it twice. And figuring out what music I think will be nice for the show. All shareholders of Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Boeing, and other place that make weapons probably wanted Nikki Haley too. Yeah, like I said, the CIA. What, you surprised they work together? Yeah, it just makes sense. The people that use the weapons, the people that make the weapons.
And to Biden in 2020. I have to admit, none of this is playing out as I thought it would. Trump is now leading in almost all the swing states, but behind those numbers lie even more troubling details.
The rest of us have fucking noticed how bad your dude is and how much of a shit show this place is. So yeah, I would say the troubling details. I almost worked for Northrop Grumman. Was it a sweet gig? I never did. I barely work as a person.
Someone worried about the prospects of a second Trump term, I think it's best to be honest about reality. I understand that polls are not always accurate, but in general, they have tended to underestimate Donald Trump's support, not overestimate it.
Right. Which is, again, why the whole Biden won in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, when the country was asleep, we thought it was going to be Donald, and Joe snuck in like a creep. He was sniffing on something that wasn't a little girl's hair, and his son was a drug addict, but we didn't know, so we couldn't care. In the middle of the night. I fucking can't do that. I can't do that to myself anymore. I've got to stay out of there. Stay out of that room. You got to stay out of there. All righty. tonight's show is going to be pretty good. A lot of good tunes on the playlist. Mikey, go ahead and link your channel. Oh, my volume's a little high. Mikey, go ahead and link your channel for anyone who doesn't know where to catch you, and tell them what time they can catch your show tonight. I like the premise he's got. He's got an interesting idea. Does something a little different than anyone else I've seen on any streaming platform. I'm excited that I get to be a part of it. Northrop Grumman made all the mail cars for the entire nation during peacetime because they didn't have enough money making weapons. Wow. So if we just start like en masse start destroying like mail carrier cars, we can maybe get them to like switch business plans. Oh, dude, I paused him on stroke face. Oh, no.
I doubt that there are many shy Biden voters in the country. The economy has been in a robust recovery for more than 2 years now, with unemployment hitting a 54-year low.
You realize 25% of the numbers that you require for your 50-year low were jobs in the federal sector. The government made more jobs to give to people. These are all, again, you can spit shine this turd as much as you want, man. Have you bought eggs lately, Zakaria? Have you bought some eggs? Have you bought some dish detergent? Have you taken your family out for dinner? Have you bothered to pay for gas? Have you seen how it is to go shopping? I feel like you haven't. If you're gonna keep, again, spit shining this turd, look at that spike from 2 years ago. Yeah, this, let's completely omit this. Let's omit this. Yeah, actually, no, I don't think this is 2 years ago. I don't think this is a spike from 2 years ago. I think this is a spike from 4 years ago. Again, this unemployment rate that people like to talk about right here, I think this is the COVID lockdowns. Yeah, or no, that's 15% unemployment. So no, it's not the COVID lockdowns. Or if it is the COVID lockdowns, that's still stupid. Because again, you guys locked the country down and you opened it up. Whoopity-doo. Shy Biden supporters. I know 0 Biden supporters. Yeah. Because all of Biden's supporters are shills. Oh. I know, I'll say this. I know 2 Biden supporters. And in the case of Biden supporters that I know, neither one of them supports Biden. They just literally don't like Donald Trump, and they'll vote for Biden because he isn't Trump. And I'm not going to try and fucking bark up that tree. I don't fucking care. In Minnesota, it really doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, things are definitely better than 3 or even 5 years ago, says Toastmaster. Things are definitely better than 3 or even 5 years ago. I don't know about that. I, again, don't know about that. I'll say this, like, for gas prices right now, things are okay. But again, like, I don't know, man. My grocery bills, they have the X-axis numbers off because it would look really bad for Biden.
In 2023 and increasing only slightly since then. But Biden is getting little credit for it. The shift here is stark. On the question of who voters trust more to deal with the economy, Trump has a 22-point lead over Biden.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. The guy running Joe Biden's economy doesn't understand how our money works. It doesn't look like the guy in charge is doing well.
According to an NBC poll from January, this marks a 15-point bump for Trump compared to the same poll in 2020.
Yeah, because in 2020, Biden hadn't been in charge at all yet. Dude, you're not helping yourself. You're just explaining like, oh, before he actually got the reins and we saw how things went, people trusted him more with the economy. And by the way, he still had a 7% lead before they saw how Biden handled shit. And now that Biden's been shipping our economy over to Ukraine for the last 4 years and shipping no, we're not shipping stuff over to Israel, or we're not shipping. But yeah, but then opening up the borders and all of the support and stuff. I don't know if you realize this, buddy, but a lot of sanctuary cities are suffering and struggling under the under the plethora of incoming migrants. Little credit has Biden done anything this term at all. Gas was $1.70 per gallon. It's $3.33 right now, says Mr. Q. I don't know about gas price per gallon and stuff like that, but during Biden versus Trump specifically. But I will say, like, the gas prices isn't even the big one for me. It's, again, the fact that we keep sending supply and aid packages to Ukraine. I don't want to pay off Biden's handlers. And I'm tired of our economy doing that. And this, I'm guessing we're not going to talk about how people feel about sending stuff to Ukraine.
Perhaps this is because inflation is a far more pervasive problem than unemployment, affecting all Americans every day. Perhaps
Partially.
It's because people's views on the economy now are largely derived from their broader attitudes towards the candidates.
No, it's derived from, again, our broader views towards the economy. I'm really having trouble with you guys failing to understand that you think this economy is gangbusters. Most of us don't feel that way. And whether it's good or bad, your guy keeps shipping it to Ukraine because he owes them money.
But whatever the reasons, it's a stunning reversal in the midst
optic nerve. Yeah, let's see the inflation chart. Indeed, let's see the inflation chart.
Of a relentless stream of good economic news. On cultural issues, Biden and Democrats benefit from the opposition to the Republican Party's position on abortion. But on the other great cultural issue, immigration, Biden is 35 points behind Trump as to who would handle it better.
Because, again, Donald Trump doesn't want to just have the borders open. Who would handle it better? Would it be Biden or Trump? Again, the who would handle it better. It's not who would. It's not who would. I'm sorry. It's who do you think did? Who would be better for controlling immigration? Well, I guess people are saying that under Donald Trump, we were better with immigration. Apart from falling over a lot and shitting himself, has Biden done anything as president? Oh, he's done several things. You know what? Here's one of my favorite things that Biden did, and he won't take credit for it because of how badly it went, so he won't use this as a feather in his cap. We got out of Iraq and Afghanistan. So we can thank Joe Biden for our horrible withdrawal from Afghanistan because he was forced into it by Donald Trump. Because he had to fulfill a resolution that Donald Trump's presidency put in of getting us out of there, getting us the fuck out of there. And he didn't handle it the best. But I will say this, for being grateful for Biden, I'm grateful that he did it. I'm grateful that he didn't find a way to block it. Maybe he did and he failed. I don't know. I'm not happy about how it happened, but I didn't want us to be there in the first place. So, yeah.
Better. And I do wonder whether abortion will be as large an issue in a presidential race, given that reversing Roe v. Wade threw the issue to state governments and legislatures and not the federal government.
Yeah. Again, kind of the way that for people who want less federal government control and regulation, kind of the way that it should be. Like the states have some level of power. Also, if you guys would have actually done something about it, you again are realizing this is the price of having ideals that you wear as a badge. The right was very, very serious about their ideals of not letting the government decide what a state should do when it comes to the termination of a life. You guys just wanted to get voted for.
Perhaps the most worrying new trend for the Democrats is that far from being the more unified party, they are now bitterly divided over the war in Gaza. Bernie Sanders has said the eruption of pro-Palestinian protests could be Biden's Vietnam, and even invoked the specter of Lyndon Johnson choosing not to.
Wait a minute. So, the young people are our future, and they need to be respected and cared for. The young people of this great country, and that's why we have to eliminate college debt. The struggling. Sir, the young people are complaining about the war in Israel. We need this is Vietnam. We need to stop these insurrectionists once and for all. These ignorant youths. This is his Vietnam. You do know in Vietnam we were actually there. Like, we had boots on the ground. At this point, the closest thing to Vietnam about this is that there's shit erupting on campuses. I don't know if you know this or not. Not a lot of us are actually, we're not sending over troops. I mean, well, we are continuing to send over, like, munitions and military support and stuff. But Mr. Q saying, I know I'm wrong and a dick, but I still think we should be in Afghanistan and Iraq until we get our money back by extracting resources. Yeah, but we were never going to get our money back by extracting resources. That wasn't a thing. Again, the people getting money in Iraq and Afghanistan were all the no-bid contracts brought to you by companies like Halliburton, who had VPs like Dick Cheney, who then ended up, or not VPs, had like, I think, actual acting like board chairman like Dick Cheney at one point in time. And then they became the vice president, and they got a whole lot of sweet deals. Weird how it's a no-win situation in Iraq until your company makes all the money. Boots on the ground, looking like a fool with your boots on the ground. Again, I don't know what we're doing in Israel, but again, his Vietnam War. Okay.
Run for re-election in 1968 because of the opposition to that war. The analogy is far-fetched. America then was itself sending hundreds of thousands of troops to Vietnam, with more being recruited from college campuses every week. But there's no denying that the party seems more openly divided than it has been in decades. Only 33% of Americans said they approved of Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war, which is now opposed both by people who think he is too soft and people who think he is too hard on it.
I don't know why your video went glitchy, but that's kind of fun. I like that. That's nice. But yes, because he's sitting in the middle. He's sitting in the middle. He said, we're not going to send you any more ammunitions or supplies if you target civilian populations in Rafah. Hamas hides in civilian populations. Israel's going to attack Hamas. It's going to happen. They literally don't give a shit. And they're doing it right in your face. So, yeah, I can see how people who don't want any of this to happen are pissed that you're not pulling the trigger on cutting off their funding and supply already. And people who think that you're too soft, yeah, because they literally said, so what? And what are you going to do, buddy?
Meanwhile, Republicans seem to be uniting behind Trump. Whatever opposition he faced in the primaries has largely melted away. And the trials against him keep him in the spotlight.
Actually, the trials against him are part of the reason why he's galvanized people. Because, again, if you pay attention to the trials happening, it really does seem like we're railroading a guy just because he's Joe Biden's opponent.
Infuriate his base, who sees him as a martyr, and even may serve to make him the object of some sympathy among people in general who believe that his prosecutors are politically motivated.
What? Prosecutors politically motivated? You mean after we found out that, like, a bunch of corrupt people were paying each other for the whole, like, the whole trial thing anyway? We didn't want to do anything about that. Nope, that's okay. We rewrite laws so we can make him pay millions and millions of dollars. We openly brag about how much of his war chest for running for office has been spent on litigation after stupid trial gets thrown out or gets dropped time and time again. Yeah, it's almost like you guys are kind of going after him. But they have a banana, says Bobby Bologna.
This happens to be true, in my opinion. I doubt the New York indictment would have been brought against a defendant whose name was not Donald Trump.
Oh, so now you're kind of understanding how it's kind of like, oh, we threw everything at him because his name is Donald Trump. How is that okay, Mr. Zakaria? How is that okay? Like, I don't care what you feel about Trump or political sides, but if you even have an inkling of belief that freedom and democracy still have any sway in this country, how is that okay? So yeah, I'll take Donald Trump and mean tweets over a government that scares the fucking shit out of me, because right now I'm just some asshole who sits in his basement talking out his ass, trying very, very hard to hold on to life. But if I ever moved up the rung, God forbid that happen, and I could somehow become in somebody's crosshairs, oh fuck no. Gavin Rossdale fucked Boy George. And it was Boy George's best lay of all time. Oh, Biden, you mean the guy who got another country's lawmaker fired because he was investigating his son? Again, the guy is so bad and corrupt that it's like, for people that are like, Donald Trump is horrible, I'm like, I absolutely agree. But again, any metric that you can give me for Donald Trump being horrible, and I will yes and it just off of principle, I can give you worse on Biden. E. Jean Carroll, Biden's daughter's journal.
A majority of Americans are skeptical that Trump will be able to get a fair trial, according to a CNN poll.
Really? According to a CNN poll, people are skeptical he'll get a fair trial. Would you like to see why some people are skeptical he'll get a fair trial? And I'll do this one. I'll do this one on the on the screen here. Let's do that. And let's scroll. Okay, so now I pulled up a news search, a quick search for news. Let's scroll down. Let's go to CNN's homepage. When you click on CNN News, why would people think that it would be an unfair trial? Oh, we don't have the ticker. Oh, you're making me eat a dick on this. Congratulations. Normally when I get here in the morning, there's literally minute-by-minute updates of who said what in the Trump trial. What Cohen said, clips of what Cohen said, clips of what people said that can be taken out of context if you want. You know who doesn't get to just say whatever he wants or let clips out of context be publicized? Donald Trump, the guy that's on trial, is ironically not allowed to speak. Trucker 18-wheeler, don't make me vote for Trump. Literally, if you're picking between one or the other, in my opinion, they already have. They already have. Because again, what's the biggest thing the Republicans or the Democrats have is the abortion rights thing. Like, oh, the abortion rights. You can't get that with Biden. And again, they're not going to give it to you. They're going to hold it over your face like, better keep us in charge or you'll lose more. So again, all right. I look like a bag of shit for not having that clip or for that clip not being the way I wanted to over there. Let's finish this Donald Trump thing. We got a little bit of time left in the show. We got about 30 minutes, so let's get this done and keep on moving. Thank you, everyone that's here. I appreciate you all being here. It's awesome. Love seeing everybody this late in the show, especially. All right, so let's finish this Trump thing.
And I haven't even mentioned Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Cornel West and Jill Stein, all of whom would probably take votes away from Biden.
Wait a minute. Those three are all running? I knew about RFK. I didn't know about the others. I knew about RFK.
Things could change. Polls do suggest that were Trump to be convicted of a felony, it could shift votes in Biden's favor. The administration may be able to pull off a ceasefire in Gaza and then a broader political settlement that gives Palestinians political rights and Israel diplomatic relations with Saudi Arabia. Trump could always embroil himself in some kind of scandal.
No offense, guys. You haven't given him time to embroil himself in a scandal. You've got him in court so much that he can barely campaign. What is the scandal he's going to do? take a nap on the car ride between the court appointments and the rallies? What's the scandal that he's going to embroil himself in? 81 million votes for Biden, though. Yeah, again, I'm sorry. I don't, like, I know the Electoral College and everything, and I know Minnesota, like, yeah, we're probably Biden. But I don't see how you make that work. I don't see how you square this circle with what you've got going, buddy. It might be time to just pack it in.
But trend lines are not working in Biden's favor. He needs to do something bold and dramatic to seize the initiative.
Unfortunately, he's like, what, 81 years old? Bold and dramatic aren't what he does. You know what was bold and dramatic? The stain in his pants from his walk from Marine One. That was bold and dramatic. The smell, particularly bold, I'm told. The stain, particularly dramatic.
On asylum policy, for example, and reverse these numbers. The one that troubles me the most.
On asylum policy? So wait a minute. If he just makes all of these people asylum, will be cool? No, we're still not cool with it.
Is on the question of who was the more competent. Joe Biden led Donald Trump by 9 points in 2020.
Again, ask yourself one question about June of 2020. How long had Biden been in office at that point?
But Trump now leads by 16 points in January 2024.
It's almost like 4 years later, we went, oh, Grandpa's not doing well. That's what happens when you watch your president shit his pants and fall asleep and fail to walk. Like, dude, I don't inspire confidence when I roll into a room. I am the saddest DJ you will ever see because I roll into a bar with a backpack on my chair and my deck in my lap. And yes, I said deck, D-E-C-K, deck. And I roll in and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be the one playing the music tonight. It's a little bit of a bummer. I literally asked them at the bar the other night because it was fishing opener and stuff and it was dead. I'm like, guys, is word gotten out that I'm a wheelchair-bound DJ and now people don't come here because it's depressing? And they're like, no, it has nothing to do with you. I'm like, I thought it did. So, yeah, no offense, man. We've seen Biden. So these numbers are, again, reflecting what people see. This is what Jon Stewart did a thing on this with the whole, like, yeah, they keep saying Biden's great behind the scenes. Well, can we see that? Because you say he's great behind the scenes and he's as sharp as a whip and all this other stuff, and we get chocolate chip cookies.
That 25-point shift could be a reflection of people's sense that the president's age is affecting his capacity to govern.
Yeah.
And there's very little that Joe Biden can do now to change that perception.
Because it's reality, sir. Because, again, you're a fucking doctor. You alone should understand that that's just reality. Like, no offense, when Donald Trump hits these milestones this time around, we'll see how he does as president. And I don't know if it'll be better or worse, but at the end of it all, when he leaves office, if he's the same age as Biden, I won't be surprised if he has the same problems, homie. Optic nerve, I got 2 words for you. Made in America, Biden. Is that a real quote? God, tell me that's a real quote. Oh, that's the end of that clip. Hey, that's the end of that clip. But holy shit, we still have a couple of stuff. We still have a couple of things to get into. Ooh, okay. So we did that. We did the polls. We covered all that. Ooh. Okay, let's go again. Fareed. Let's let you see again why some people, and I'll even step out of this. Let's let you see why some people may not be look it up. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking I'm literally looking up. He said look it up. All right, I'll turn the camera back on for a second. I'm literally all right. What am I supposed to, what am I looking up? Oh, look it up. God damn it. I can't do that during the show. Otherwise I would. But again, let's let Corinne Jean-Pierre explain or demonstrate why some of us don't feel good about the DEI administration, the wokeified left that's been in relative control for what, 4 years? So let's see why some of us might have and I don't mean this about Native Americans, reservations. And I'm not talking about blankets. All right.
So the president says that he wants to let the tax cuts, the Trump tax cuts, expire. If that law expires, it does raise taxes on almost every American. So does he still support that expiring without anything else in place?
So look, as you said, the president is going to is going to let the Trump tax cut expire, and he was very clear. But he will not raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I gotta jump in. I can't stay out. Ma'am, are you retarded? The guy just explained to you, if the tax cuts expire, taxes are automatically raised. So, trucker 18-wheeler, Trump in court is his campaign. At this point, yeah, Trump in court is his campaign. It's done more work for him than, and it's good too, because he can't afford like campaign ads like crazy and everything else. The weird, fervent, break all the rules to get him attitude that has been used against Trump has been karmatically biting the people that have been using it in the ass. Case in point, the guy that undid the law about so we could prosecute Donald Trump with the E. Jean Carroll case, he's got now sexual assault allegations coming against him. And may I say, if his allegations prove to be true, he did a far sight more than what old E. Jean Carroll accused the Don of. Let's be clear about that. So, Mr. Q saying, you apparently have not seen other DJs. Normally looks don't matter. I don't know. Like, I'll be honest. I don't see other DJs. I just see music. What? No, I just see drunk bitches that want to fucking spill booze on my deck. That's what I see. I see someone who's going to ruin $3,000 of equipment, and I'm like, how about you don't? How about you don't? I know you really, really want to hear Whitney Houston, I just want to dance with somebody, but how about you don't? How about you don't?
Dollars a year. That is part of the budget that you saw come out, and it's going to expire for the wealthy. So, been very
no. That again, that's not how that works. So you're saying that the Trump tax cuts are going to be extended or not? If the tax cuts expire, it raises taxes on everybody. St. Caesar, does the venue cover that if it happens? Dude, I love the bars and the places that I work at and all of that stuff, but that's what personal insurance on your business is. That's what I think I have like homeowners and property insurance through my car insurance stuff, and part of it is for my equipment here and my DJ equipment. What the fuck happened to me? Lungs are not happy. Maybe I gotta quit smoking weed. I'm more of a Miami Sound Machine guy than Whitney Houston. Yeah, Mr. Q, you're also not a I would say I'll go 24 to 24 to 55-year-old lady. If you're in that market of 24 to 55, it's like, oh my God, girls, it's my song. I just want to dance with somebody. Like, all of the ladies go out onto the dance floor, largely by themselves. Like there'll be a group of women and they'll be like, I want to dance with somebody, and they're just like shaking their tits in the air, and it's like, dude, but you're kind of dancing alone. Like you have your friends, but the theme of the song is about like getting it like with like again. And you can almost always follow up, I want to dance with somebody, with either girls just want to have fun, or I'm drunk and I don't want to go home. Either one. One of the two, though. If you do one and then the other, you can't do all three. That's going to oversaturate it. But if you do one, then the other, you're going to have, again, those ladies are going to be moving it. Quit weed? Are you insane? Not quit weed. I mean, just like slow down or something. My lungs are not happy. I've had to smoke. I've vaped and smoked so much lately that like last night I was laying on the couch and I was literally just like, oh, it just feels like I've been through one. And yeah. So literally Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters talking as obviously like Rachel Maddow said they wouldn't be taking the vaccine. Yeah, Landers, and I bet they totally did. You're talking crazy, Johnny. I don't know. You know who is talking crazy? This bitch. You again don't know how to answer a question. You just said that they're going to let the tax cuts expire, but he's not raising taxes on people with under 400,000. You can't do both. If you keep the tax cuts, are you somehow separating them? I am that old, and maybe I feel like a woman, says Mr. Q. It's between you and God.
Clear about that. Look, this is a president that's going to make sure that we protect and not raise taxes for people making $400,000 and less a year.
You took a very simple yes or no question, and now you're stuttering and stammering through a no but. Can you explain how we're doing both of those things? We're letting the tax cuts expire and we're not raising taxes. How do you do both?
And the Republicans want to do the opposite. They want to give tax breaks to corporations and billionaires.
This isn't answering anything about the question. The question was the tax cuts, raising taxes on Americans. You said that's not happening. How? Don't give me Republicans want to fuck. I don't give a fuck about the. How is it not raising taxes if you let the cuts expire?
They said that. They want to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Who does that hurt? That hurts everyday Americans. And so the president has been really clear.
Trucker 18-wheeler, what's the difference between a DJ and a jukebox? The DJ will fight back if you punch it. What's the difference between a DJ and a jukebox? The DJ is willing to tell you your music is gay. The difference between a DJ and a jukebox. A DJ doesn't have a soul. What's the difference between a DJ and a jukebox? The jukebox isn't going to try and steal your girlfriend. Mr. Q, the DJ can hype it up, I guess.
About that. He wants to expand Affordable Care Act, as you see him doing that for Americans, making sure.
Again, Mrs. Pasta Salad from the mouth, salad shooter, if I can call you that. Word salad shooter. Mrs. Word Salad Shooter, you aren't answering the question. How does Biden... Let me ask it in a language you might... Like, this is why America needs a press corps that is aggressive and not America needs a press corps more like chats and the trolleys in the chat. Joke's on you, Johnny. My girl has a giant... Well, it'll be a surprise for both of us. But I'm pretty sure I'll see it staring me in the face. I ride hip level. So again, Mrs. Word Salad Shooter, without the tax cuts, I can't dumb down the question anymore. That's as simple as it gets. How does Biden plan to save people money with nothing in place? You again have not said anything he has in place. Again, Fareed Zakaria, why does America trust Trump more than Biden? Because DEI hire here can't even make him look good on a bad day or on a good day, let alone on a bad day. She's doing as good as me on a bad day.
Sure that they have good health care. And so that's what
That's not a question that we were asking.
president is going to focus on.
The president can't pick and choose which part of the law sunsets. The entire law will sunset. And the tax foundation says that someone who's married, 2 kids, making $85,000 would pay $1,700 more in taxes. That's somebody under $400,000 who would.
The president has been very clear. He's going to protect working and middle class.
Yes. So again, you have to answer the question, how does he do that if he's canceling the law? This is a simple thing. You can't have it both ways. Moron. Why the heck? Like, honestly, I could do a better job than this lady, and I'm high as F, and I'm fucking retarded. Like, seriously, roll me out there. I'd be a way better press secretary than this lady. Partially because I wouldn't cover for Biden. I wouldn't have the job for very long, actually, I'll be honest. Because they'd be like, how does President Biden plan to do that? Pfft, plans. Have you seen this administration? We don't have plans. We have grandiose statements. Plans? We don't have plans. We have illegal immigrants.
Class Americans making less than $400,000 a year. He's been very clear on that about that.
Yeah, and again, you're apparently very not clear on how laws work. We need to circle back, girl, to circle back.
Republicans want to do the opposite. They literally want to do the opposite. They want to give a tax break to billionaires and corporations. That's what they said. They want to cut Medicare, Medicaid, Social.
Again, you're spouting the same word salad, and you're ignoring the point. You can't sunset the law and not raise taxes on people. Trucker 18-wheeler. What's a plan? Does this lady honestly feel like she does a good job at the end of the day? Like, honestly. Like, I watched this, and you know what? I would feel the same way I did after my little emotional thing last week. Every day, if this is what I did. You literally make this administration seem dumber and dumber every time you talk, every time you speak.
Social Security. That's what they want to do. And so the president's going to do everything that he can as he's building this economy from the middle out and the bottom up.
What are you talking about? He's building this economy from Venezuela. He's been importing them for weeks. I see no wrinkles. She clearly loses no sleep over it. Then she's dumber than I thought. And I guess it's true. Ignorance is bliss. I need to start smoking whatever she's got.
To protect.
She's probably doing lines with Hunter. In my opinion. Jokes. I played someone else's stinger. You can't take that seriously.
Everyday Americans. That's what he wants to do. Make sure that the middle class is strong. That's what he's going to do. Republicans in Congress.
When does he plan to start doing that? Just out of curiosity, as someone struggling to reach middle class, when does he plan to start doing that? We've had 4 years.
Are saying the opposite. Literally, they're saying the opposite. So that's been the president's plan from day one, and he's going to continue.
I'm Corinne Jean-Pierre. I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say bounces off to me and sticks to you. Okay. Yes, Fareed Zakaria, I have no idea why people don't trust this economy or this government. It doesn't seem like it's a bunch of idiots spinning in a circle with no clue what they're saying. All right. More saber rattling, mommy. She's so bad. She is so bad. Was fill some holes. Bottom up, middle out bullshit. Yeah. Tell that to veterans. Tell that to families that are struggling in sanctuary cities, and those cities are divesting millions and millions of dollars to people who just showed up here. Some of whom apparently aren't behaving the best, and it just kind of. She said literally, it must be true. Hey guys, but if we keep Biden in office, we can have that to hang out with for another 4 years. You don't seem convinced like it's worth it. I don't know. I'm on your side. All right. So we've had an awesome time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the immense amount of support the last couple of days. I really appreciate all of that. That has been incredibly awesome. And thank you very much for the viewerships and everything. We really appreciate everyone being here. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. I will be back on Aaron's show tomorrow, and I will be probably remoting in because I'm lazy. And I don't know if I'm doing Wednesday. I got to see if he has someone to cover for Wednesday, because I was hoping he could get oh, God, what's that guy's name? The guy that has to do it recently, the animated dude that's awesome. Fuck, I'm spacing. Anyways, I got to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and go. DJT is likely the greatest, if not likely the greatest, probably most definitely the greatest anyone has ever seen. Yeah, again, Rusty Grammar. AP, yeah, AP. He should totally. Adonis Paul, yeah. He should totally do it. But, I don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, I'm going to get going. I'm spacing now. I'm doing that weird Minnesota goodbye thing. We're going to get out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been awesome. Thank you for being here. We're going to head out and catch you guys next time. Until then, toodly-doo, I guess. Oh, shit. Where's the outro screen? Fuck me running. I can't do this anymore. Oh, Jesus. It's all coming apart. One piece at a time.
Game over.
Parking in this slot here. For the handicap. I am handicapped. I'm psychotic.
Fuck you. What the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking. How did you fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
Fuck off. Game over.
I'm gonna come.
Stop it!